All right, there we go.
I ain't trying to do what everybody else do, just cause everybody's doing what they all do. If one thing I know, I fall but I'll grow. I'm walking down this road of mine, this road that I call. So am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Trying to reach the things that I can't see. Oh, am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Now am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see?
Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? Banger day of games. No. Knox might know this one. The question is, do you know the remix? Can you name who remixed the song? That's the real test of like a good EDM fan. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, what up? David Guetta? No. That would be twin sick, my friend. That would be twin sick. But I respect the guess. Only reason I saw that is because the Chainsmokers just tweeted out a video of them playing it at their Aspen set.
Those are just video evidence that you can look back rather than basically never making the play at all.
Yeah,
exactly. You need to have that moment.
Oh, man. All right. Should be a fun series ahead, a fun day of games. We will see. Let me move this over ever so slightly.
It will. And I mean, Inspired, he's playing now against.
There we go.
You know, he is the former jungler that.
Bang. Good morning, David. Repping the same jersey as me right now. I cannot wait to get 100 different comments in the response to this video and in the highlights. Oh my God, you chose FlyQuest. And then I look at yesterday's video. Then I open up yesterday's. And
it did not, end up, being that kind of fairy tale story where they would win, but 4 titles
yesterday. Immediately.
An insane win rate. A player of the year as well.
So he chose TL. It's like, oh, dude. Every time.
It's wild. I mean, this is what he was essentially brought in for. I mean, you have
it's like every time, no matter what, I'm gonna get the comment. Sadly, your Lion jersey is still in Mexico. Damn, that sucks. That shit sucks.
A super team just needs a Superman.
I really wish Hunter T was still here. It still sucks not supporting a team at the moment. I just don't know who to go with. Part of me is thinking TL because of the content they put out. I mean, I think, honestly, TL and FlyQuest are both good homes. Like, if I'm being completely honest, I don't even fault some people for going to C9 because I think their content's pretty good as well. So. Oh, they're showing the clip.
So why don't you do it in scripts? Because you guys are NPCs. Just make a decision. I don't care about winning this game. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that what happened in the video, I don't regret it. I think that's what it takes to win, and I also think that no one really takes it too personally. And I also think that it was kind of a weird situation for us. I was pretty disappointed on how we were doing because we're together as a team for 2 years. At this point, it was our like 4th international, and I still didn't feel like it was changing much. It felt like every international we're going to felt kind of similar. So that's why I got a bit frustrated that we didn't really do better than at the before tournaments. But I still would do the same probably if I was in that situation.
Hell fucking yeah.
yeah,
Double
I
down,
would
bro.
just win and
Double
some
down.
different
That's what
approach
I'm
and
fucking talking about. Come on.
and beat me, and then we'll talk about it. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Double down.
And I can definitely respect
Come
that,
on.
that perspective, because at the end of the day, like, you do have to have those hard conversations.
Good. Good.
Did
You
approach
said it.
exactly
Embrace
right?
that
No, you
shit.
probably
Like,
approached it a little
good.
bit better way, but you do need to be able to give like harsh criticism and honest feedback in these situations.
Do I think it was still a little bit toxic in the moment? Yeah, maybe.
It's gonna get a little
Maybe.
heated, especially when you go international. Talk to
I think it's more of a coaching staff failure than anything else, but you know what? It is what it is.
sometimes by the very best teams in the world. It is gonna get
I gotta try and play Clash. I will, depending on how long it takes me to get the clip edited and ready to go, or like the highlights edited.
If you have a different viewpoint, beat me and show me.
He used the belt earlier. I mean, they definitely did,
Reality of how
but I just think it's coaching in this. I just don't think they had good coaching last year, if I'm being honest.
It really is. And
Like, yeah, they won based off of honestly talent, but like, I don't like when problems like that come up and you have just like zero, like, ability to.
inspired ahead of your matchup against FlyQuest.
Oh,
Just
another-
told me you've never played against a former team before, so you are going to be going up against FlyQuest team you spent.
I
quite a
guess
bit
he
of time
hasn't
with,
because he
had
was
a lot
with
of
Rogue
success
and
with.
then left.
How does that feel?
Feels pretty exciting. I don't know how it's gonna feel on the Rift. I mean, it feels weird
Long
to
bad
play against
history
a team
coaching?
you
I mean,
know so well.
This year's
And,
pretty good though.
they're three
I
players
love
I played
Thinkard.
with for a while. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So since you played with, especially, you know, Masu and Quad for a long time, do you feel like there's, you know, certain things that you could maybe take advantage of? You're thinking about, oh, like I always hated when Quad did this, like a weakness I could take advantage of Masu or anything like that that you're thinking about when you're going into this matchup?
No, not really. Honestly.
Favorite champ
I
to
think.
play?
I mean, I know how they play,
mean,
but
that's
they
easy.
just play well. So it's like there's nothing like specific that you can take advantage of. Yeah, I think Masu just doesn't like when
that's easy.
not much is happening. So he'll for sure make stuff happen in the game on the map. So yeah.
That's cool. So since you are playing against some of your
That's
your
cool.
former friends,
Yep.
your former teammates, whatever, or current friends, I guess. How
Interesting
do you
transition.
think that changes like the dynamic? Like, do you feel like going into it, you're like, okay, I really want to kill Masu, I really want to kill Quad, or like, you know, I gotta let them know that I'm the better jungler. You know, they're missing out. Like, do you have any of that kind of dynamic with them?
I mean, not really. I just wanna. I don't really wanna like get kills on them. I rather just kill their Nexus. Yeah, I think I'm fine going 0 kills as long as we win. So I don't really think about killing Master or Quad. I just wanna win. So yeah.
So even if it's the E-Kitten gameplay, you're playing Ivor and you're
Yeah,
going 0-0-16.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, sounds good. Well, best of luck, Inspired. And looking forward to the game today.
Yep.
On the prize. I just want to kill their Nexus.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Inspired's always had that like win the game mentality. It's not about the rivalries or anything like individual at all. So like that makes sense. But it is what it is. How we doing, Con? Anyways, going back to the chat or the question earlier that was asked about like picking teams and like trying to find your home. Radley says, I'm not going to ask what you're leaning towards, but are you leaning one way or the other? I know you're mainly choosing between FlyQuest and TL. No, I'm genuinely like, it's just between the two of them at this point.
And it sounds weird, but
So now I'm just waiting to see how the split plays out. Again, the big thing for me that a lot of people didn't understand was like,
well, after Rogue, I came to
people thought, oh, you know, when somebody says something, like you should just pick the team. It's like, that's not how it works. You need to have a full feel for the split of content to see how you like see whether you mesh well with that. You need to engage with the community, which is a much bigger task than people give it credit for. Like a lot of people just think like, oh, you know, you go on Reddit and talk. It's like, no, like you are blending into an existing community, and you can either find a home there or feel like you want to make a home. And it's a drastically different. Oh, what's the best way to say it? It's just a completely different feel than just picking somebody based on like your favorite color, favorite anything else. Like you're trying to find a forever home. The way I would relate to it is for those that went to college, this feels more like picking a college than anything else. Because like you can have people that promise things to you, which this kind of does feel like a college recruiting thing as well, because like I've had people say things that they'd be able to do it from this. Obviously, you have people doing the push with like Steve in the video there, Papa Smithy being willing to come on the podcast. Like, you've got these things that are happening, but you have to like also take those into account with the broader objectives that you have as an individual, which I know like a lot of people aren't going to see it that way. And I get it, because you're not in my shoes. Like, you're not trying to strive for the things that I specifically am. You're not trying to grow New York City's League of Legends team and find a partner that you think is going to blend well with that goal, that mission, that objective that comes with it, in addition to like the possibility of growing your individual brand and just like trying to also do the road shows and like there's a lot of things that I genuinely believe in that for years within League of Legends I was told were not possible or were simply dumb takes. And I want to make sure that I've got a home that not only like sees the value in that, but also believes in like me pushing for them. Because it's one thing for an org to sit here and be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, absolutely. Agree. Road shows can be a great thing. But then at the same time, it's like, okay, you believe that. Are we willing to put resources to it? Are we willing to try to push towards that? What things are you willing to work with me to do? Because my goal is to join your org. Simple as that. Like, it's not just being a fan. It's like legitimately trying to become a part of the organization. So I got to make sure all of that aligns. And that's a bigger thought process than people assume, because a lot of people are viewing it from their own perspective, like, oh, just pick a team, like the players are cool, whatever. It's like, I've got bigger dreams on all this. I've got bigger goals, bigger objectives that you can't sell short, you can't undercut the value in them, and you have to take your time with it. So that's why I gave myself, like, from the jump, even if I had like come to a choice that I was like 99% confident in, I wanted to give myself till the end of the split no matter what. And luckily I'm not at the point where I'm 99% confident at all in any choice. But the extra time helps, and it just lets me have conversations with people, like lets information come up and kind of go from there. Problem with me is I'm a fan of players rather than a org, and that's fine. But that's why, like, I'm not expecting most people to understand my choice and my journey in this, because they're, most people are fans of aren't fans in the same capacity that I am. So Fly or TL, yeah, it's one of the two. Also, just Joker, thank you for the follow, and Nikki, thank you for the follow. Joker over in TikTok chat said, after I won, I feel like either Inspired isn't a great interviewee or Azale is very asking the wrong questions. Inspired's very plain whenever it comes to interviews. He's just going to give you the straight up, especially like pre-game, he's going to be locked in, focused, and ready to go. And that's about it.
Substitute bot lane in Dignitas as you see, but the way they were able to take advantage of so many of these 2v2s was really, really nice.
If I was team focus as you, I don't think I could see myself trusting any teams other than C9 or TL. I mean, I'll be honest with you, like a big thing with FlyQuest is that I like the direction that they're going in with their content. I like the direction they're going in with their roster building. Like there's a lot there's a lot that I like within the org itself. I mean, granted, they're in a different point of the process compared to most other teams. They're like very much in like the 2019, 2020 era of like, we've got money, we can spend it, like we can try and grow a brand and affect the culture here, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think
it's just a different world than everybody else who's been here long enough that they now have to be break even.
Not playing through their bot lane, they're going to struggle because I think that they're really not built towards playing towards top side at all. Saint has been failing a little.
As well as yours? No, I like hearing the different perspectives. I'm just answering it like it's one of those that like I'm answering somebody else's question while also doing yours as well. So like I understand how the two are gonna get mixed up in there. Thoughts on the Fly content of Griffin B? First and foremost, he's not actually naked on camera. Like you're not actually just gonna like showing leg is different. Taylor Swift could be wearing a bodysuit and that would be the same amount of skin that you would be seeing if she wasn't wearing shoes. So it's not the same. But it was funny as shit, and I wasn't expecting it at all.
For them to play
What up,
well,
Carly?
and Inspired, still really creative, great jungler.
Carly came in at a
I
fascinating time on TikTok to be talking about the FlyQuest video at the same time. If I had to pick a team right now, I would pick C9. I'm a fan of everyone on the team other than Volk. I mean, hey, if you found your squad, you found your squad then.
I felt like from what I'd seen from both teams, FlyQuest were just moving a lot more.
I mean, the big thing with C9 is that I think they're set up well to like do a legacy run for years into the future. So like when Sven and Blabber retire at some point, which obviously might not be anytime soon, like it's gonna be a blast to see if they can like pick them up as co-streamers and develop their watch party program and go from there. All right, let's get into the series though. I'll put the prediction up for game 1 now, but I need everybody to put your predictions in chat. Who you got, FlyQuest or DSG? Or not DSG, FlyQuest or LYON? Give me the score line, and for those in Twitch, you can put your prediction in for the next 5 minutes. So I need some channel points. Am I only reading TikTok chat? Nope, I'm reading all the chats combined. I got all of them. I am seeing Fly 3-0, Lion 3-1, Fly 3-2. Carly in chat saying Fly win. Oh, we got a Kangas cast? Yes.
Super Week continues with another elimination
Kangas.
best of 5. Up first, FlyQuest
Fly
are
3-0,
fresh
Fly
with a
3-2,
rebuilt
Lion
roster,
3-1.
but they'll need to learn from their recent
Lion 3-1,
losses
Fly
to
3.
continue their
Lot of
top fives.
FlyQuest.
Their opponent,
Lot of
yet to
FlyQuest
find
in the
its
chat.
flaws. With pressure mounting, this would-be super team needs to find their footing now.
I'm
2 teams
noticing
enter the elimination series. One
there's-
continues through the bracket.
There's an interesting thing to be pointed out here, and that is, even though Lion is clearly, I think, like the favorite in terms of like stat line to win this, I genuinely believe that FlyQuest is just more of an American or like North American favorite team. And this is by nature of Lion putting out most of their content in Spanish. Like they're geared towards being the Latin American team that also represents, you know, Mexico. So it's interesting to see like the community sentiment very much feeling like a FlyQuest versus them type thing. Mexico's North America. Yeah, but they're North America, but representing like a specific subsection in Mexico, Latam, which is like culturally drastically different than the US and Canada. So it is NA, but they're like, they were what were they? It was the Latam North, or I forget what the classification of it was, but they were like the one team that comes in by proxy of whatever the acronym was that they were using. What was it? The LLA. That's what it was. The LLA. So like they are NA, but they were. It's I don't know. Just the classification of it from Riot was weird. Regardless. Anyways. Better players that are still not gelling as a team. Yeah, but they did have 2 weeks off. So let's get into draft.
To the LCS, your expectations immediately get very high. And I think FlyQuest reset the expectations by going with such a young roster. But then when they did win those first 2 series, put high expectations on themselves kind of right away. So both these teams will have pressure in this elimination best of 5.
And a big topic has been the solo
All right,
lanes,
we got the
especially
Orianna.
for
Nocturne
Lions.
is up.
Starting
So we're
this
going to see
draft
the
out here
Nocturne
with
Orianna
what
combo
I foresee
right
to
away
be
in
an
game 1.
Orianna Azir trade. There's always other angles you can go for, of course.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you really want to, you know, attack the Orianna in a different
We
way.
got
but,
Nico. Are they going to
that is
steal the
simply
Nocturne
most
away, or are they
common.
just going to let it
We'll see if Lion end up
play
taking
out?
that for Saints, but you know, you kind of
Yep, they stole it away. Okay.
Quad and Gakkos actually as individual solo laners going into this.
Yeah.
Inspired being on Nocturne though. I
What
would
other
really
dive
like Nocturne
champions
compositions with
can-
crazy engage.
I
Nico
mean,
and
Rel
Nocturne
would be a
already.
great-
Turn out the lights and
Well, no, they already have
guaranteed
Nico.
engages here, so very, very strong way to attack a low mobility carry like Orianna. So clearly Lion expecting this and trying to set up something to attack it with.
Oh, is this the Ash Seraphine?
Saint has 0 Azir games in 2026.
Ash Seraphine in
even
game
though
1.
It was highly played by him last year. He was 1-4.
Yep,
on
there it is.
So technically,
Okay.
the last 2 years he's got 1 Azir win.
Coming
so
out early.
I wouldn't mind him playing it if I'm scouting him as the FlyQuest side. Also, the Ash Seraphine just slammed early by Masu Cryogen. It's been a duo that we've seen
Oh,
increasing
Silas would be a
priority on
great
throughout
pick
the
here.
globe. The Azir would make
Never
a lot of
mind.
sense, especially with the Akali ban.
Sad.
Kind of pushing him more towards
There's
that
so many
trade.
good ults that Silas
Standard
could have stole
picks,
there.
But just Saint going for his second Azir win in the last 2 years.
He's tried.
When you put it that way.
I like the
I
Silas
lost
there.
confidence suddenly. I'm really
That's
liking
fine.
what FlyQuest have put together with these three, though. The Nocturne denial for the Orianna, the Knock Wave combo won't be there, but still Nico Nocturne's great. I just don't see exactly what the rest of what LYON is trying to do with this Azir. It's a flexible pick, but like I see clear identity with FlyQuest's side. Great team fight tools.
When does
and comeback
CLG
potential.
play?
When
Nice.
does CLG play, Kobe? As that sign was just asking.
Too soon, Kangas.
Too soon?
It's too soon to make those jokes, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
wait at
Give
least
me
10
another
more
Can we
years.
get that sign removed?
Give me another 5 years. No, I think I love Ashe Seraphine bottom lane. So
I respect
getting
Kobe
some,
saying you need
some
another
very,
5
very
years on the
strong,
CLG jokes. I
lane
do.
phase out of Maso and Kraujin. Again, this
Well,
is something that
no,
we're
LYON
all
just
talking about
this is
coming
LYON
into the
starting top
series,
laner. They just
and
released
I
Zamudo this
like
week.
where
Like he's
their
not a part of
heads
the
are
org
at.
anymore.
The other big topic, of course, as we get to
This
a
is
couple
their
more,
roster all year.
You know, I consider Mundo a jungle ban.
Unless
at the
they
moment,
decide to replace him.
as we do get some jungle bans here. Big topic is Griffin, and
Yeah.
people I think are overreacting
Poppy value for Fly?
to FlyQuest and
Not
Griffin
wrong.
just getting blasted.
Actually, a
by
ton of value for
Cloud9
Poppy.
at the
You're not
hands of
wrong at
Blabber.
all.
Okay.
Poppy
That
top
being
lane
said,
would kind of go
yeah,
hard.
Inspired's gonna be easy.
Inspired. It's not getting it's not an easier jungle opponent here. You got Inspired, the MVP of the
I just think you
entire
need
league, so,
you want team
we'll
fight
see
here
how he
if you're
holds up. These
FlyQuest.
are
Your
clearly
team
two
fight's going to be
targeted
pretty much
Griffin bans here.
like
You know, the
indestructible.
Volley Bear
If you can get two
very
beefier
much
guys to
viable
just
with
stand
the
front
Dustin
line and
Dawn,
let
despite
Ashe
the
deal damage.
individual nerfs there to the champion. And it's still,
I don't know who you want to. I mean,
it can be
Scion
said that it's
sounds
flexible to top
fantastic
lane.
to a certain
Could be.
extent, but even then,
I'd say Griffin's had a different champion pool than most. He's definitely played.
I like a
more
fighter for
unique
Griffin
champions
and a
than anyone
tank
else
for
on his team,
Gakkos,
so It
personally.
also makes sense that LYON would be throwing bans at him because the Ambessa ban even could be a ban directed at Griffin as
oh,
well.
Berserker Jhin.
Jhin
That's
makes
not a pick
sense into something like
I
Ashe Seraphine.
associate
I
with
think it's
him at
difficult
all.
to pick an actual winning lane against Ashe Seraphine, so if he
Ivern
is able
would be
to add a little bit
interesting.
of long-range CC, that can help the Nocturne and Azir swoop in and get some executes on the two squishies.
Also saving counter pick here for Dokla, who so far has had a less than stellar performance.
Alright,
When we
there's
looked
the
at the
Scion.
kind of would-be
Yep.
super team for LYON, I was definitely expecting more.
There's
out
your
of the top
beefier
laner like
frontliner
Dokla.
as
He's gonna be
well.
playing into a Scion as that's locked in here for Gakkos.
Very good scaling team fight here for FlyQuest. They've got huge front to back.
Oh,
set
that
up for
Gwen.
themselves. Let's see. Carry jungler kind of expected, but you also need some good ball delivery for the Orianna.
Okay, yeah, this
so,
is just
technically you can,
like ball
technically you can do
delivery
Scion
is
jungle as well, so
irrelevant
these two
for
are
Orianna.
swappable,
It's
both
literally
Gwen and
just
Scion.
This is really
when
interesting, actually.
It
FlyQuest
happens
goes
with a lot of
5v5,
tops and
assuming they
jungles now
make it
because
to
they
that
keep
point,
adding monster
it's
modifiers
over.
to all
Yeah.
these
You
top
can't
laners.
kill them.
So either of those could be swapped. You know,
Scion jungle keeps having
Can
this
we
really
just
high
say
win
right
rate,
now this is
but
an
I just
LS
feel
draft
like
to
it's
its
probably
core?
awful.
I have some
Like,
good
his
lore.
influence
Actually, I played
100%
Scion
being
jungle
seen in
versus
this
Inspired
draft.
in the show match when we had to
Really?
be, we
Is
had
it
to
Hen?
be,
Okay.
we had to be,
Mordekaiser.
we had to be Noxus
Noxus
champions.
champions.
Renekton,
Yeah.
fine,
In
sure.
the other one.
Okay.
Oh.
Scion jungle's not bad. You can stack up your soul
Okay.
furnace really
Well.
quickly off of
Yep.
jungle camps, but since it's a Renekton, just throw the Scion up
Immediate
there.
draft thoughts. I think FlyQuest wins if they get this game to 25 minutes without a substantial deficit. It's over. Like, it's done. Like, you're not going to be able to out team fight them. This LYON draft has to get
So
ahead
there we go. We
early.
still got the Dusk and Dawn champ, even if it's not the volley.
I would 100%
So what do we
flavor
think then
FlyQuest
about,
in
overall
this,
strength
assuming they
of
can win
these
their lanes.
compositions? I still really like what FlyQuest have put together. I
LS
feel like
notably
it's gonna
not
be
streaming?
really,
Interesting. Well, he might be at
effective
the
front-to-back
FlyQuest
team
slumber
fighting with
party.
LYON. I'm seeing more kind of sneaky picks. The Nocturne, the Nico ultimate, flanking Renekton. It's going to be more an execution from my perspective.
I think it hinges on how well some of the early stages of the game go
I
for LYON. If they have
just-
enough damage
this comp
to
feels
actually
so
make
hard to
these
pilot
quick
for
engages,
LYON.
Result in kills. If they have enough damage for a Nocturne Nico engage to result in lethal kills, then I think it's fine. But if you get to the point where it's
don't
like,
see
wow,
how.
there's a beefy Scion standing in front of us, and there's a Seraphine on that team, you know,
This
and they're all
feels-
5 together, and you're trying
Ugh.
to like crack into this.
All right, here we go.
crazy strong,
Game
like,
one.
set up front to back.
Prediction wise,
FlyQuest,
chat went
definitely
62%
have a,
FlyQuest,
pretty good option there.
38%
Lots of heals and
LYON.
shields on that team.
So a
Burden
lot of
execution
FlyQuest faith
for
with your points in
LYON,
chat.
where FlyQuest drafting a front-to-back team composition. Pressure's on for both of these
And
teams.
LCS.
A loss means elimination.
Wait, LS
from
was
Lock-in
flaming the
tournament. A
LCS
win means
product
you continue
yesterday?
through the lower
About
bracket
what?
for two orgs and
been
two
great.
teams that have high expectations and high goals for themselves.
All right, come on, Fly. Let's go.
LYON versus FlyQuest begins right
All right,
now.
we need to see everybody
fun.
just
You know,
go
we get to
even.
see if
Go
this
even, get the team
FlyQuest,
fights,
like
and then it's
Cinderella
fine.
Story where they had so much success at the beginning of Lock-in. If they did they actually turn back into a pumpkin, or was it just Cloud9 beating them a bunch?
That's going to be a question.
Oh, so they were the
because
carriage in this.
Cloud9's beat them in half of the games that we've had in this whole locker room. We've been playing for 4 weeks. They beat them 4 times. But I think the big story still is Inspired and all the success he had on FlyQuest. And then
Berserker and
FlyQuest
Isles
really
have to get
breaking
a
apart and
lead
just kind of going
here.
all over the globe this year.
But I
Kind
feel
of
like it's
where
gonna
are
be
they
tough
now?
against
Because we
Seraphine
know
now.
Inspired here online.
Oh, tragic.
Trying to make this team work, trying to get
Not a
back
great
to
start.
that LCS championship
A lot of poke.
form that FlyQuest had in 2025. Quad and Masu sticking around on FlyQuest. I feel like they were the two most lowly rated players on FlyQuest when people were talking about this team preseason. They have a lot to prove as well.
They're also two of the most like soft-spoken pro players that we do have. You know, so they didn't really put themselves out there a lot. I think Masu has done a good job recently with you know, doing a lot more interviews and you know, getting his opinions out there.
This is one of my favorite camera angles, by the way.
I honestly feel like his consistent play has really been the highlight. So we'll see if Masu and Quad can show Inspired that it was.
I'm just
not
trying.
the correct
It's
choice
got to
to
be the
lead
bot
them.
lane lead, no? It's either got to be bot
Curious
lane
how
or mid
much
lane
these
with
lanes
Saint.
end up
Saint's got to get a
fistfighting
lead on
early
Quad.
Because the Lounge did a great job talking about how Masu
Getting
and
some
Quad have
poke
been
in.
playing so aggressive.
Oh,
Berserker
good
Isles
route.
have some of the best laning stats of all the bot lanes that we've
I
seen
know
as
my
well.
my face
But
is
then on the other
blocking
side,
that route right
Dokla
now,
is
but
a player who hasn't necessarily been laning that well, needs to really push the tempo on Gakkos. But then we have two full farming junglers, so how much of the lane's really going to be battling?
Well, I would say that if you look at the matchups, Dokla's playing Renekton and a Scion, so should be completely fine early, and he should have an early CS
There we
lead.
go.
How much is he going to be pushing the lead?
oh,
Is kind of the question I'm
Gakkos.
I mean, he just went for a heavy trade there. Gakkos is in threat of just getting popped right now if he missteps against that Renekton.
So they've got pushing lanes for both sides, which is, you know, this early game that we were going to have a close magnifying glass on for LYON. Bottom lane able to get their push in, able to get their recall off
Oh,
here.
good
for the
CSing
extra
from
Cole for
Cryogen.
Masu, or excuse me, Boots picked
That
up
was
for
clean.
Masu. Cole picked up for Berserker off of their recall and reset here. Meanwhile, Dokla just keeping the pressure up on Gakkos
Quad
on the
even
top
in
side,
mid.
but
Top
should
side's
be able to get
going
his recall off with a fairly
in
decent
Dokla's
buy
favor,
and
which
not
you
really
figure
be
for a
in trouble. Here
Renekton.
comes
Oh,
Inspired
Quad.
for his first visit.
Has the Nocturne coming in from the flank. Griffin is nearby too. Pops the Ghost and will push Inspired off of his mid laner.
I don't know if you need to pop Ghost there, but that's fine.
That is
Felt a
somersault
little bit
advantage
panicked,
technically
but
for
fine.
Inspired though, because Ghost was popped by Griffin.
It's actually a slight efficiency boost for Inspired as well. He did a Raptor start, whereas Griffin did the traditional buff start into clearing down. So Inspired's actually going to clear a couple more camps and probably end up going with a level 5 recall and have a little bit more gold on his first full
Oh,
clear
good
plus.
poke on the
Yeah,
Isles.
that's why he pulled off the play so quickly. You can see as soon as he sees this Gwen, I'm out of here.
Oh,
Just
Cryogen,
walking
he's
away. Doesn't care about it as all. Need to get into the rest of finishing the clear.
We're a little bit wide on these for now, but that's fine.
Griffin onto the Krugs at the moment, so Inspired does have alone time here versus
shop though.
his other previous teammates.
Masu
He's channeling
stepping
back
back ever
now,
so slightly. I feel like
looks
they
he's
know
gonna
that something could be
complete
coming.
that. His root lands from Cryogen
Now
on the
that's
Isles,
good.
chunk.
Yeah, Inspired
That's
did
hella good chunk.
accomplish so much on this FlyQuest team though. Team accomplishments, but also individual accomplishments. So he spent 2 full years on this FlyQuest org, winning time and time again. I mean, we can look right here. Second
Dear
place
God.
in spring, and then pretty much all championships. Split one, rough little best of 3 loss that they had over in Brazil. Other than that, total domination. But individual, 73% win
Good
rate.
dodge.
2 MSIs, 2 Worlds, 2 MVPs, 2 first-team All-Pros, and 4 titles. Just an incredible 2-year run.
And the fact
Yeah,
that he could
FlyQuest
possibly be going
really
home
did
today
dominate,
is
you know,
insane.
for several years there. So
Insane.
it was a huge blow to the region, honestly, when the team blew up last year and when they were unable to accomplish their goals at Worlds. And you know, as we saw in the original,
This
graphic,
bot
they're
lane's now
kinda
getting pushed as
taking
well,
their
which is a little bit
separate paths
terrifying
and
if you're
going their own ways
LYON.
afterwards. it's always fun to check back in and see
I mean, I guess good because then Nocturne can gank once he hits 6.
And it's tough for Inspired to leave that
lead in the top
strong
lane
roster of FlyQuest. You see all those accolades he had, and so far has not replicated that on LYON yet. They are in the lower bracket, and we haven't really seen the team come together. Even if individually, I'm still impressed with Inspired's play.
And I do, since it's a pretty slow game, we need to bring this up. Griffin has
how much Blippo
8
carried during
crab
that run.
deaths
I think a
in
lot of people
2026.
understood because it
Kobe,
was
there's
so
only been
wrapped up
11
by the
games.
controversy and drama that
But
I
it
get
does
why
actually
like
look
a
like
lot
he's
of people
changing.
didn't
He's
pay
not
it,
even
like,
contesting
or
the
kind of
top
zoned
crab.
out a little bit
It's
more,
because
or like diminished his
the
play.
top crab
But
here
Blippo was
is-
genuinely
wait a second,
insane.
Are they doing anything
On the
besides
Rift,
stealing away
insane.
Raptors?
And
Okay.
Inspired's is level 6 now.
The top crab is less significant because the Dragon's on bomb side, but they're camping here to wait for Inspired to come back to.
Oh, but he's actually in some trouble. It was
Okay.
spotted out. Inspired guessed it. And now Griffin, it's not a crab death, but it is still a death around the objective. First blood picked up by
All right, not great.
LYON.
So
Not a great start.
It's kind of crab adjacent, though,
yeah.
because of the top crab. Inspired got level 6 off of the top crab, and that led to his death because he got ulted on in there.
Do we add?
So
is it a 9 now?
Is this like a 0.5?
Oh no, they have a
No,
counter going.
I think
What's that scenario?
What's
Yeah.
it, wait, what's he,
Oh,
why
no.
Is
Writing this so
what
bad,
is Jack
Kobe. Kobe, learn how to use the telestrator, man.
You know, he blames it on me. Here's what, it's actually
Oh, that's a shovel.
Oh, Saints
Yep.
going in for his own 1v1
Quad.
right now. Emperor's Divide on the quad, trying to find
Nice.
the 1v1. Shockwave used defensively. Quad
I was
trying to
gonna
get
say,
out of there.
pretty sure he
Has to
gets out,
flash as
yeah.
well. Bot lane, meanwhile.
But
Boston
you got a
gets
win
flashed
con
out
in the bot
Berserker
lane.
As Grajan will block the deadly flourish. So action in 2 lanes as Kobe will learn how to use the prompter soon.
You're turning against me
Yep.
also? You're backing up this
Oh,
propaganda?
nearly had that.
Ooh,
Uh-oh,
Cryogen's
Cryogen's dead.
Berserker lands 1, lands 2.
Wow.
And picks
Okay.
up a second
Here we
kill
go.
for the team.
LYON racking it
This
up
game
early.
has turned in LYON's favor based off of
This is what we said we don't want to
Inspired
see
using
if
his
you're
level 6
FlyQuest.
timing, and then also since
can't be
they
getting
had
behind
really
like that.
pushed Griffin back to base, used his ghost, delayed his farm.
Griffin's step was a little bit
then
meh.
The lanes just kind of went to
The
town.
bot
So this is a
side,
straight
yeah,
up
the second he
2v2
gets 6,
outplay
you're in
here.
trouble.
Not only did they get the early advantage in this lane by pushing Masu back to base early, it means Berserker can ping level 6 first. As soon as he sits level 6, they just open up. Cryogen would have had to dodge 2 more after that if he'd used his flash, and Berserker does a great job getting that kill.
Okay.
That is the experience of the mid laner that wasn't really involved in either.
All
of
right,
the kills,
every lane going in LYON's favor right now.
Got the credit for the kill over the Raptor wall. But the,
Getting
the
this
bottom
dragon would
side
be
kill, I
nice.
mean,
It
this
delays
game is basically level 6
it
times
delays
the
Soul
difference.
pretty heavily.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. But it is FlyQuest, regardless of losing those 2 kills, going for the dragon early.
I
LYON
personally
do
really
have a
like
couple
this.
members
Gives you a
nearby,
win
but
con
Inspired
later
has
in the
5
game.
seconds on his ultimate. FlyQuest, Dragon's at 1500. Should be able to smite and walk away, but
There we
Inspired
go.
does
Is
have
Inspired
the
going to
ult
go for the
now. Do they go
kill?
for the paranoia
I think
play?
he is.
He goes in, has Saint right behind him. Isles running up as well. In comes the Azir. They
Get
have
the
the
counter
damage
kill.
for the kill, and it's Griffin that goes down. This time Inspired with the kill credit.
All right, you got to
Inspired
stabilize a
definitely
little bit
trying
if
to
you're
carry
FlyQuest
on,
here.
the
Have
first
to.
string of punishment on Griffin from the last 2 best of
Cole
series they
on
played,
Renekton?
shutting him down.
Interesting.
Interesting with these 2 team compositions. It's very important that FlyQuest gets the Drake.
Interesting.
But LYON is doing a really good job
That's
playing
not
around
normal, right?
Inspired's alt-timers. That's 2 for 2 on ults to kills.
Like, I'm not crazy.
Goes
That's
for a
never
heavy
built.
trade onto Gakkos, pops the Dominus, as Gakkos will get back to the safety of his turret, so no kill there from the Renekton.
I mean, he's just saying that nobody's going to be coming top, that they're fine.
I feel bad for Griffin, man. I mean, they walked in, they tried to make their play on the respawn on Raptors, but you don't mess with Inspired jungle timers like that. You know,
Yeah.
He's not going
Look,
to let you
as
steal
long as
away,
this gold lead
camp
stays
just
right
because the
where it's
crowd is on
at,
the
they're
top
fine.
side, and it just
Anything further
the game
from
has
here
only
will
just
be a
begun,
problem.
And yet I already feel like my conclusion is already like it's going to be the same thing. It's actually the pumpkin of FlyQuest. Over a 2,000 gold lead, only 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
And it happened in a very similar way where it is jungle focused and they're just attacking Griffin over and over again.
Farmland. Oh, no, I think,
He picked,
honestly, it makes
no
sense.
one's
I mean,
played
he's
jungle
almost
Gwen
done with
in
it
the LCS so far.
already, which
You
is
need
insane.
Dusk and Dawn before you're really effective.
Yeah, I mean, you're a carry champion. You need farm in general, too.
Yep.
So.
And I also think, like, he was just trying to
Good
get
try.
his farm. He's saying, okay, he's taking top crab.
Not
let
enough.
me do something else. But the problem with playing against Inspired is he knows what something else is. If you're not contesting his top crab, where else is he going to be? And they found him perfectly.
And also, it's communication there with their bottom lane. You know, it's like
Griffin's
it's
doing
not
a good
just
job
them
despite the
collapsing,
deaths of
Inspired
making
is
sure that he gets
communicating
things on
with
the
his
map.
teammates.
So
Hey, defend this camp.
Yep.
There you go.
And
That's big.
They do get it. So, yeah, it makes the game pretty hard.
We
for
still haven't seen an
FlyQuest,
Ash
but
Arrow yet.
I
That hasn't
guess
come out.
You can say they can still try and stick to the game plan of, hey, we are going to look to play off our synergy as a 5-on-5 comp. You know, we have Seraphine, we have Orianna shields, we have a really beefy front line. And so we're still going to try and get as much money as we can into the
Stabilize.
Gwen, Orianna, and Ash. And
Storm Razor, even
we'll
if the
still
build
try
path
and
is
group
bad.
up.
I
We
love
did
that
see
it's
at least
not
Griffin's
like
getting
that.
objectives. He
Oh,
got the
dude, it makes me
dragon, even if
so
he does,
happy
he
that
gets
it's
the
not a
3 grubs,
YOLO.
So he is still being active on the
Thank
map, regardless of
Christ.
Inspired kind of shutting him down in the early game.
Yeah, active.
Active, yeah.
All right,
like
here we
active
go.
junglers right
Kill
now.
on
It's
Dokla time.
Dokla. Might see some action up top side here. The Sign ult goes in, lands the first knockup. Will follow up with a decimating smash. Griffin is there for the damage. Needlework comes through. Dokla has the dominus and will pop it. Heals as he rushes away. Flash to
Never
safety,
mind.
and Dokla does get out of
Okay.
there.
Inspired
The fact that he lives is wild.
Low health bars on 2 members. He just
Oh,
shows
no.
past the Scion straight on
Oh,
the Griffin.
no.
Another kill to Inspired. Flash out from Gakkos. And he gets back
Dokla
to the
lives
turret, but
at-
Inspired
oh,
just continually
Jesus.
punishing Griffin.
Yeah, the other thing is that Nocturne is one of the
Ah,
best, you know,
Griffin,
like,
brother,
responding
like-
type junglers.
Oh,
Sometimes
boy.
they're gonna make their own
Lots
play
of
again.
flash on the both. Root follow up on Amasu. Berserker's
Wait, this
trying
could be
to
a
get
kill
that
on
damage
Isles.
in, and in comes the
Oh, he
mid-laner.
flashed the arrow.
Arrow from Saint. Shuffle on Amasu, but he's
Wait.
under the turret. Gonna be
Okay,
taking a lot
hold
of
up though.
damage.
He still
Masu
lives.
sets up
Wow,
for the
great,
shutdown
well
as
played
Berserker's
by
crouching
Masu there.
in the alcove. We'll pick that one up. 1-for-1 trade in the bot lane.
The fancy
Almost
feet.
a perfect play
Well
by
done.
Lion and Saint there. Used the flash. Think that made all the adrenaline just fire off, and he
Yeah.
forgot that the turret did damage. He sits in the turret and dies to Quad's Orianna. But it is
Alright.
really just
This
Inspired
has to stabilize a little
dominating
bit.
Griffin here, and it's
Well,
Has
it's
to
a bit of- it's a little
stabilize.
more, too. Bottom lane's kind of dominating.
Yeah.
they are okay.
They're dominating
Berserker
too. I
two-
think
so the 2 former MVPs doing some work.
Okay,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
we go.
Lion.
There we go.
Making things happen. We're gonna watch this play one
Yeah,
more time.
that's tough.
This is all started by Saint basing,
All
teleporting,
hits.
knowing that they can make a play off the Nico ultimate. Flashes over
Good
it.
flash.
Insane timing, but then goes a little too far back for the
Yeah.
swoop.
Good
And
flash.
Masu flashes back in. Orianna
Masu
ball
gets a
arrives
kill.
from Quad, and it
Nice.
makes it a
I still
bit
think they're
more of a
fine.
neutral.
Again, you can
Yeah,
afford to
I
be
mean,
down a
Isles- I
decent
feel
bit.
Isles deserves so much credit here for
And all
this
it takes
Nico
is
ult,
one
getting
team
both of
fight
them
in the
on
mid
edge
game.
and then barely surviving there, kind of kiting away.
And it's fine.
I'm still alive.
Like I said,
Not for long.
Was it?
Yeah.
What's the timestamp on that? Yeah, honestly, it looked
Okay.
funny. If you looked at Berserker, during that,
1.6k
because
gold
he
lead. Oh
clearly,
god,
like,
it jumped up to
you know,
4k
we got
for
our 2
Lion.
kills
Never
here, like,
mind,
we
it's a
dominated the bottom
4k
lane.
gold
But
lead
then
at
he sees Saint under
13
tower, and
minutes.
he turns around and he's like, well, okay, I can
Ah.
ult, I guess. I'll try and follow up. And
Okay,
so
now
and
it's
there's
starting to get a little bit out of hand.
like
A
comic
little
relief,
bit
I
out
think,
of hand.
in this
Yeah.
game that was needed because it was so one-sided.
I mean, Griffin might be trying again, but I mean,
Inspired's there.
Dude, he's
Again,
daring.
back to back right now. In goes Griffin, pops a needlework. Immediate paranoia response. Inspired is
Oh,
on Griffin like
no.
butter on toast.
Oh, God.
It's going to be 2 kills picked up by Lion.
This is just a jungle,
Yeah.
a
Chad, I'm
jungle
telling you, this-
disaster
even
class
mid lane
right now,
struggling, guys.
unfortunately.
That's another roam. Berserker
Oh
walking
god,
up the
and
bottom
okay,
lane.
never mind. He
Saint
ulted the
with
wave to get
scoop. Quad goes down 8-1
to get CS.
for
Yeah, this
Lion.
is
FlyQuest are the youngest roster in the LCS that we have had in a very, very, very long time. And the kids are just getting beat up on the Rift today, Jack.
So they were actually, by average age, the youngest Tier 1 roster this year at the start of the year.
I don't have a
And
good
It's showing up a little bit in this game.
I
would say a
don't
lot of their
have a
losses,
good
as
thing
ugly
to
as this looks right now, have
say.
followed a somewhat similar trajectory. Because if you take this game as an example, after Griffin gives up that first
all you have
kill,
to do is
they
not
have the
fall,
Orianna, Scion,
5.3k
Ash
gold
Seraphine,
behind at 14
and the
minutes.
Nocturne can counter gank any move Griffin
And your
makes.
comp can win,
You
but
kind
like
of need to stop making moves. Like, you needed to be patient, but Griffin always seems to want to try and win the game back in the next fight, and it's just sending them further and further behind.
Another
Yeah.
thing is that Inspired is a really good Nocturne player because he always remains efficient and he almost never gives away his
What's the win
position.
con here?
So
Just
it makes
stall.
it hard when you're like, yeah, okay,
Stall.
are we just supposed to never make moves now because we don't know where Inspired is? So you have to.
That is what he'd like you to think.
So you have to assume that he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
So
your
you're well,
your
I
sole
don't see
goal is to not
Inspired,
allow
so
this gold
he's
lead to
probably
get up
gonna
to 6k.
Counter me. Turns out, yes.
Do
2 out of
whatever
2
you can
times
to prevent
he was
from getting
there
to
at
6K.
Actually, 3 out of 3 times.
Yep.
He was exactly there.
They spotted him there. They know that Inspired's topside currently.
Got eyeballs on
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Can we keep that tracking going? I
Oh,
don't
he
think
missed
it's
the
like,
cannon.
unfortunately.
Tragic.
Yeah, he's just been a menace so far and is getting a massive lead.
Like, that's the thing is there still is a point where FlyQuest can win
for
this.
Inspired right now. And
Yeah, oh no, I said the same thing in draft idol. Like, this is so LS inspired, it's not even funny.
Now, last 2 weeks rather, against Blabber, this week against Inspired, has been struggling much more to actually find these windows. We're seeing some of the weaknesses of these young junglers coming in, these young players getting punished by the vets.
Yeah, I mean, Inspired and Blabber didn't get to the top of the jungle food chain by chance.
All right,
These guys
don't let it get
been
to 6K.
working
Do whatever
for
you
a
got to do
long
to make sure
time
it
and
doesn't
been
get to
recognized
6K.
Many, many years as being some of the best junglers. So very, very tough competition.
Your wave clear is honestly fine if you're FlyQuest.
Griffin and
Should be
for
fine.
FlyQuest, but it is resulting in a very one-sided match. And that dream of, oh, but look at our comp, you know, like, is getting pretty far out of reach.
It is, but objective bounties can be very swingy. They were on for a second. It looks like they just turned off. But even the individual bounties, Inspired will be worth about 800 gold to whoever kills him if he ends up going too deep.
Hell, you can even give up tier 2s if you need. Just like keep turtling.
It's one of these games where 90%
You're
of
fine.
the time
Just
Lion's
scale.
gonna win, but I would say in this season more than other seasons, I've seen more games.
It's gonna
slingshot
feel like a
backwards,
lot,
so.
Yeah, I mean, even
but
just
it's
yesterday,
doable.
we almost saw DSG kind of slingshot Team Liquid. But it's still going to be difficult. I don't want to say like, oh yeah, like there's a great chance for FlyQuest to bounce back here. They got to find that avenue or find a way to slow the game down. Either way could work. Getting that first dragon will naturally slow down the dragon soul timer for Lion, but it could be a while until they're really comfortable to contest at these
The only thing we want to try and do is keep eyes on Inspired to see where that Rift Herald is going to go down.
Game could slow down a little bit more unless
Probably
Lion
going
want to
bot
be the
side
one to make action
from the
happen
looks
right
of
now.
it.
Kobe, do you think Saint's going to build Proto Belt second on Azir?
No. Why did you ask that?
Because Chovy started building Proto Belt on everything, including Azir.
Okay.
And then last night,
That is a
his
hell of a
opponent
question,
built it
Jack.
second on Azir.
Okay.
So it's just like, if Chovy does it, and you're especially someone who comes from LCKCL, why not do what Chovy does?
You know, that's a good point, actually.
That's a good argument,
Yeah.
sure.
Uh-oh.
Also, you could do
Quad
it in
might
a
be
game
dead
where
here.
your team is already 5.5K gold
It
ahead.
gives
Never mind,
you a
he's
little
able to
bit
back,
extra
thank God.
range. It's AP, health, haste item, not that bad.
All right,
It's
good
cheap,
smite from
26.50.
Griffin. There you go.
Okay. Down.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm just
And then
wondering.
you can go further under the turret next time, too.
Still no tier 1
No, then you can
towers
purple
taken,
out
by the
from
way.
turret.
Oh.
Yeah, there
So-
we go. There we go.
Still fine.
You know, let's ask the audience. Audience, do we
Still
think
fine.
Saint's going to build Rocket Belt this game? Is it happening?
Oh, Gakkos, you are so
They don't
far.
think so. No,
You are so far. Okay, thank
they're
God.
not Chovy stands.
Okay.
They're not
Don't,
Chovy
don't,
stands.
don't,
Yeah,
don't,
what do
don't,
chat
don't.
say?
Griffin.
Maybe we can get a
Oh,
poll
good.
up.
Okay, never mind.
Will
Quad
build
there.
that or
He's
not. Right
fine.
now, Dokla is the target here for FlyQuest, though. They have
Okay,
multiple members
Griffin
nearby.
getting in.
Inspired is still hovering. It would be a 3v2, as Dokla will just pop the Dominus
No,
right
it's a
away
4v2.
to clear out the wave.
Dokla ult down. That's fine. You bought yourself time. That gold lead's now hit 6K.
As well.
Bit of an issue,
trying to play the
but
control game. This is the type of game that Inspired would like to play. Only take the winning fights.
Still
farm as
doable.
many minions as you can between those winning fights, and then kill the Nexus.
I think there's a
I think
comeback angle.
that
Yeah,
is
you have a
the type of game
Seraphine, Orianna,
that most
Gwen,
people would
Sion,
like to play.
Ash.
I would like
That's
to
an
play that
insane
type of
team
game
fight.
where I'm just
They're
winning.
fine.
Yeah?
Okay, they're not fine, but like there's an angle for it to
Your
come
games
down.
go.
It's very calm now from the side of Lion, since they have such a large lead to leverage. All you have to do is work off objective timers. 40 seconds on the next dragon. They go over to that.
He went Storm
FlyQuest
Razor
have a very,
Serpents.
like,
Oh
very
my
difficult
God, he
time
actually
stepping up
knows.
to it. Then you can move
Oh,
right on
no.
over to the other side of the map.
Berserker
take down
knows how to
these
play
side
Jhin.
lane towers.
Oh, it's a problem.
Chad, I see you're pointing out the Rocket Belt on Isles does not count. That is not on Azir.
is a
Nico, this is a normal
I
one.
was
to
actually
play.
Oh, this could be a kill on
Oh,
Dokla.
that's what
The
you're
items
pointing
from
at.
Berserker to cut through the shield.
Oh, the arrow
Dokla
missed.
right now. The arrow
But he
is
doesn't have
flying. He's
Dominus.
able to dodge that one, flashes the wall, and gets away
Flash down,
from the
fine.
attempted gank.
But that's all
That is
sums
not gonna
down.
work out for Griffin right there. Yeah.
It's fine. You weren't gonna fight Dragon anyways. You're
And,
6K
yeah,
down.
Dragon's coming up in 5 seconds. So this
Giving up
feels
bot
like a play
tower is a
like
bit
West
of a
was trying to
problem.
send it in the top side while they expected Lion to be setting up for this Dragon.
Yeah, which I think is correct. You know, try and play a cross-map play while the enemy takes a dragon that you know you can't fight.
Okay.
So, don't blame FlyQuest for going for that play. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't result in anything. But you can't really fight this
7.5K
dragon
gold
anyway
lead
because
now.
of the large
Oh,
gold
we're
lead
getting
here.
into dangerous
Saint is sitting on
territory.
3,200 gold, so he has enough to buy any item he wants.
He can one-shot.
Bad news for you, Jet.
Okay,
Well,
there's
he
the
had
top
enough money
tower
for
too.
it, so
Yeah.
maybe he just You're at the store. You see
Okay,
something for 3,200.
this is getting harder and harder
Might
to
get the budget option,
pitch
you
the
know.
comebacks,
It's
but
like you can have something
again,
that costs 5% more on
still
your total order once you
possible.
spend it enough. It's like that's a typical sales trick, you know.
One good Seraphine ult
Alright, well, that
changes
is
the
a
entire
second
tide of
dragon
all this.
now
It's
picked up
fine.
here eventually for a Lion, as actually, no, it's going to be Paranoia popped to bot side instead. Inspired in a 1v1 right now, and he likes those odds. He will just slaughter Quad all on his own on Rampage.
See, I bet you that felt good. He said he wouldn't care about killing Quad, but if he's able to solo kill Quad in the side lane, it's got to feel nice.
This is what I was telling you about last year, you son of a bitch.
Them just go straight to the dragon, but no, instead they go for the play. Now they'll get the dragon as Dokla finds Gakkos under turret right
That's
now.
fine,
Trying to
somewhat,
get the damage on
maybe.
him instead of going for the wave. Gakkos has flash available. And also has Griffin in his
Dokla.
back pocket. Now they just turn back onto Dokla, slices away, dices back
We know
in. He
Dokla's
still
flash is
fancies
down.
the solo
Oh no,
kill.
we missed
Won't
everything.
find it. Gakkos is out of there, but maybe
Not
they
good.
get Griffin. Isles roams all the way up. Pop Blossom stunned onto Griffin, and it's Saint with the kill credit. 0-5
Bro, the
for
unfortunate
Griffin
reality
Lion
is
with the
every
10th kill of the
play
team.
that Griffin made in this game so far has not worked out.
And had the early Black Cleaver as well, so she's shred that Scion
tough.
no problem.
You need one of these swings
Say
to go
something
your
nice,
way, and it has not at all.
Are looking really good today.
I agree. For what it's worth, both Team Liquid and
8.2K
Lion
gold
had
lead at
very
21
high
minutes.
preseason hype.
Yeah.
Didn't deliver in the first 3 weeks of Swiss, but it's hard to make a full judgment on a team based off of 3 early weeks when everyone's coming in with visa delays, not having that much time practicing together.
Congrats to
Now,
everyone who picked Lion players in fantasy.
Teams have had
Me?
to kind of train
That'd
in
be
their
me.
time chamber.
Thank you very much.
This is more the Lion that people
Am I live on
would expect
YouTube?
to
Yep.
see.
We're live on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok. All of them.
Is that the earliest game that we've had in
Everything
the
all at
LCS?
once.
I'm gonna check with stats.
No way.
And we'll find it. Pretty early, but
I'm gonna say no.
we have had a decent amount of one-sided games, so.
I bet you TL versus Shopify had an earlier Baron. That's my guess.
Oh, yeah?
TL Shopify had an early
That
Baron?
is a very fast
Probably.
Baron.
What is the highest gold at 20 though?
Probably.
Ooh.
7.4.
I mean, this game.
feels like the highest gold at 20.
It does.
Yeah, so this is matching the eye test.
What's amazing though is it's the highest. Hey, Roxanne with the 5 community gifted. Holy shit! Thank you.
During those ones also. And it was very similar, you know. It's like
Hope you're doing well.
Blabber invades Griffin.
Hope I'll see you next Sunday
Griffin actually trying to go
for the watch
invade
party. Should be fun.
Inspired and mess with his camps. But it was kind of similar, you know. And then they continue to attack the jungle, and then there's no leverage there for FlyQuest. So I don't know. It's
And the biggest weakness of this FlyQuest team is playing with a deficit, right?
Yeah.
Even the games that they won early on in the season against
Why my
Shopify
favorite
when they
team?
had
Nah,
that
I got no
deficit,
favorite team at the
the
moment.
types of plays they go for are very similar. They're always trying to win back the deficit in a big way.
Yeah.
But in this game and in some of the C9 games, those big swings have missed and exposes them to get counterpunched in a heavy way.
And back to Kobe's earlier
I mean, the good
point,
thing
this
is
now
Masu's, like,
back-to-back
holding
series
on,
here. I
but,
mean, this is only
like-
game 1. We still have many more to play here.
Yeah,
but back to
calm
back,
down, buddy.
yeah.
Just because it's happening
I don't know what you
game
do.
doesn't mean this is gonna happen all day.
Sitting
it
at the
is
bar at
Griffin, a
OSNYC waiting to go to
rookie.
dinner in
I still
Chinatown?
fumbled. I
Nice.
know we played one split
You're
down
there a little
in,
bit early. It's like a
LTA
week and a
South
half early.
last year.
Or a week and
but
a day
still
early.
Very new jungler coming into the league, playing against 2 of the GOATs. You know, it's Blabber, it's Inspired.
Go with the.
I
My
think we're
favorite's
starting to
always
see
the.
why these 2 junglers are held to
the
such high
Zapdos.
esteem when they're able to.
It
make
has
again,
rum
I'm
and
gonna
blue.
call him a
I think it's
rookie
blue Corso
look
in
like
it.
this, despite Griffin having
really,
a
really
fantastic
good.
debut, has now been kind of shut down the last couple of games.
Push on,
here
no,
as
we don't
Inspired
need
will
my face
continue
on
to
the
shut 'em down.
screen.
I mean, at this point, there's really nothing for FlyQuest to farm. Like, they're getting every wave pushed in with the Baron buff. They're losing their jungle camps.
Another
It's
arrow
so
miss.
difficult as Gakkos looks for the inside block slot and will not land it onto Dokla.
And Lion is also playing really well. They are pushing waves in a safe way. Inspired has been hiding his position really smartly. I think the fact that he successfully
Bro, they've
countered
tried ganking
Griffin on his
Dokla a
first 4
billion
moves
times. It has
has
not worked
then
out
also dissuaded
once.
you from even going for more moves. So FlyQuest is giving up most of their waves. They have to give up most of their camps. And it's a big
Also,
swing.
how is it a
Yeah.
10K
And
gold
because
lead
the
and
jungle
Lion
story
hasn't closed
is
this
so
out yet?
interesting and big with
Am I
Inspired
crazy
playing
for
against
thinking
his
that's wild?
former teammates
We had
and his
games
former
yesterday.
organization. You know,
And
it
last
might
week with
take
C9,
some
and in
of
like
the camera
23,
time
24
away
minutes,
from
yet
the
somehow
bottom lane,
this is the biggest
but
gold lead.
Berserker and Isles were really smurfing this game too. Isles had some really good engages. Berserker was absolutely
Like,
destroying them
oh,
down there.
no,
and
not
there's
again.
Another one.
Paranoia underneath the turret, onto Quad, trying to all in with the help of Saint. Quad has the stasis.
Okay.
Zoni is popped. And the turret falls, and Lion still get the kill.
And it
Turret
doesn't matter.
and kill, credit to Lion.
I mean, it is super
Such a
good, but you're 10K ahead. You
value,
can force it, no?
Pick to steal away Nocturne from an Orianna, because not only do you deny the Nocturne and Orianna on the same team, the synergy for the ball delivery, but it's also one of the
It's
best
an
champs at attacking
11.4K
Orianna in the
gold
side
lead
lane.
at
But
24
now Griffin
minutes.
has a window. We just saw Inspired bot
Let's
side.
end the game.
Does he want to loop around?
How many
It's
times have
scary.
they
Tell
tried?
Oh
coming
my
in.
God.
Yeah, this is a lot of effort into this top half, and now Dokla is just finding himself in a 1v1 with Isles behind. Flash out of Gakkos. Pop Blossom should knock him
Oh,
up.
good
Crazy trying to
Seraphine
keep
ult.
his top laner alive. Not
Wait a
long
minute.
enough. Griffin jumps in, so does Matu. Flash away. Dokla's on top of him. Double
Never
kill to
mind.
Saint, and he'll shovel away. Quadra kill to
Penta.
Saint. A penta?
No.
Just the quadra kill to the mid laner, but Lion showing up huge in the top lane again.
Quad was already dead, so it couldn't have been a
Yeah.
penta. But he killed all 5 of them.
You know, delayed.
Yeah.
Delayed.
God. 15 to 1, Kobe?
This is not what we expect. Oh, we're just
Oh
doing it
my
again?
God.
We're just doing it on repeat. Shane Paranoia, bot side, welcome back to the Rip Quad. We took that one personally. Ace for Dokla.
Then they've got the preset white flags to go up when all opponents are dead.
Oh my God.
Like that.
This
usually
is-
those are kind of like funny,
Yeah.
but when it's actually a beatdown
This is,
like this, it just feels mean.
One of you said
This is
earlier,
painful.
it's like, you know, the veterans beating up the kids. It's feeling like an episode of Always Sunny right now. Like, this is getting a little ridiculous. 16 to 1. Okay, so this is the top lane play. I didn't know which one we were coming back to. This is a teleport from Lion to help defend Dokla.
Yeah, and just watch the
Like, look at that. You got the Ashe ult, Seraphine ult.
The first one. He's going to be able
What
to
happened
get
to
all
Masu?
4. Very
Oh,
fed
Renekton
at
just
the moment.
flashes on him.
Death Cap Soul Stealer completed after this fight.
Yeah.
Literally feels like he 2-hits Griffin. 1 alt and then
Oh, man.
reaction too.
Yeah,
thought
I
it was a
appreciate
penta
that.
because the quadra kill happened so fast.
And also, there's still the Scion. We see the Scion die, but then there's the zombie.
Bro, how
Actually,
is
my
this
favorite
game
part
not
of that fantasy
over?
play is nobody
It's
else is reacting, and
26
he's
and a
looking
half
around like,
minutes.
"Oh,
You have a
man."
16K gold lead.
Everyone's like, "Well,
How
game
is this
over,
game
sorry,
not done?
I'm kind of checked out.
But I think part of the reaction,
Check
we're
back
I don't
check
get-
back in,
like-
guys. Saint just got a quadra kill after having a really tough performance so
We
far.
do
this
have a
split. I
hype
think
train
this is a
going.
resurgence for all
That's the
members of
fun
Lion.
part.
Like, Inspired was
Which
the
is
one
weird
that I
because the
really
hype
was
train
focused on,
started
yeah,
like
he
well
still looks good.
after the
Berserker
5
as
community
well had a
gifted
couple
from
of really good
Roxanne.
plays,
So
but
I don't
the
quite.
team was struggling as a whole.
I don't
This
understand
does not
that
feel
one,
like a
but-
team that's struggling. They feel like they're on the same page here.
No, it doesn't. And this
We'll
is
take
only
it.
brought up because it's so opposite to what we had prepared. Saint had actually been struggling so
Yeah.
far this year. His damage was down. His gold difference of 14 was down. This game
Oh,
is way
there.
up.
That's
I think
why.
part of it is
Wizard
the
Hope.
other jungler was completely
Thank you
removed
for the
from
5
game,
community
and so much
gifted.
of it has been set up by Nocturne.
Wait a minute.
Here's the
Final Baron
fight.
set up right now. We're going in for the play. It's Gakkos on the front line. Dokla's buying space for the rest of the team. Lion
Scion's
taking
dead.
down the enemy top laner first. Curtain call. Dokla's gonna help
Masu's
chase
still
down
alive.
the quad. Lots of slows landing. Cryogen will
He's
tank
dealing
the
no
last one and
damage.
Flash to safety as Lion. The Baron is delayed,
It's only a
but they still did kill
16.6K gold
Gakkos.
lead.
So, if you're the coach for FlyQuest,
Think card.
Well, at least we're having fun
yes,
with the community
how-
gifted subs.
or
That's
Evolve,
fun. You know, that's
how
something.
do we? Well, let's take a look at the Baron fight first.
Yeah, this will end
Yeah,
up
it seems
at
like FlyQuest still
20K
have
easily.
more fight left in them. They have ultimates available from support to mid to bot, and now over the wall. Isles looks for the pop blossom, will land it onto 1. Cryogen falls,
Oh,
Quad goes
God.
into stasis. Masu trying his best to get damage down, but Dokla's on top of him. In comes Saint with another shuffle and another
Oh,
multi-kill. That
my
one's a
God.
triple. Lion win another team fight.
So I was gonna say, how do we protect the mental for
This
next game?
is
Not
just-
just considering this single game, because you know people ask that a lot for best of 5s. Okay, you know, just look at the next game. It's fine. It's a long series, but it is not just this series. It's also the last 2 series
Okay.
that they played versus
18.3K
Cloud9.
gold lead.
It has been like very abusive.
Yeah,
League
it
of
has felt
Legends.
that way. It's interesting because if we look at what the last series did, is they're ending the game right now, but it's a 20,000 gold lead. They drafted themselves more early game agency.
Okay,
as the series
19K
progressed.
gold
And
lead.
Here they picked a lot of scaling. They didn't have much of a.
I don't think
fallback
they can
pattern
end
as
here.
they thought we
Oh,
had.
they're getting the
Playing
mid
very
tower.
cautiously, which
There we
they
go.
couldn't do. So I would imagine the plan would be, okay, we need to
Okay,
really prioritize
19.5K
lanes.
gold
When we
lead.
go for fights,
Can
can't
we
get
hit
into depths.
20?
And at least to FlyQuest credit, Gakkos gives his life to try and clear the wave.
How is this
Cryogen's
game
there
still
to help,
going?
So Lion can't end
Ugh.
on that push, but this game all feels. Oh my goodness! That was a Q and an auto from Saint on to Griffin, and he almost just dies. Now Inspired goes in. He was at that health without.
Oh my God. Oh no.
Double kill to Berserker. Lion don't need a reset. They just needed to refresh their cooldowns.
That's a 20-point AK gold lead. Where does it end at? Oh my God.
Slaughter of a game one with a
21.
21,000 gold lead. Game one to Lion.
A gold lead that is more thousands of gold than the average age of the team. I don't think that's ever happened in the history of League of Legends. What a start.
Wow.
Can you win a whole series in one game, Lounge? You gotta let us know, because that was wild.
No.
No.
You factually are unable to do
Yes.
that. You have to win 3 games out of 5 to win this series.
But the kill deaths on that one might be having someone on FlyQuest yelling, "Help!"
I don't quite know what to say on that one. Also, all the notifications are coming through. Hold up, let me. I think I need to refresh this. There we go. Let me catch up on these real quick that happened that happened over the course of the game. Let me go. Nikki110, thank you for the follow. Just Joker, thank you for the follow. The Dash, thank you for the 15-month Prime resub. Let's go FlyQuest, he said. It's going to be a tough one after this game. Hexblast, thank you for the follow. Soul Unbound, thank you for the follow. Soul Unbound, thank you for the Prime sub. Blue in Disguise, thank you for the follow. Pain is Pleasure 69 and Lot Prince, thank you all for the follow. And as always, again, Roxanne and Wizard Hulk, thank you both for the 5 community gifted. Look, that was not pretty. There's really no world to make the case for FlyQuest after that. That was an LS draft that scales well if you can get there. But as it turns out, going 6K gold down at 15 minutes is not going to let you get there. I mean, you got to reset, but like, I don't. So here's what's good. Oh.
Griffin has to wait quite a little bit for the camp to respawn, even with Inspired starting the camp to begin with.
So here's the problem, okay?
And so you get to see the entire cross from Inspired walking in this direction.
Does Ellis approve the draft, or is Ellis hating on Twitter? Let's see. Actually, you know what? Let's see. You know what? I'm here for the drama. Fuck it.
Even seeing him cross through mid lane, Inspired wards over it, takes the engage. You don't have flash. You can't escape. Saint still has a Azir ulti. So no matter what, you're just dead here. This was just a bad invade and a misunderstanding of your timing.
One thing that was crazy to me about this.
Did he tweet about the draft?
If they didn't know the war was there, he swept.
No tweets about the drafts from LS. I mean, let's be honest. Like, he doesn't have to tweet. We all know exactly what Ellis would say after this draft, which is, hey, you got scaling, all right? You got Seraphine, you got Ashe, you got Gwen in the jungle. Just survive to 30 minutes and you win the game. But as it turns out, whenever you run it down early, there's nothing you can do. So
You have Seraphine, a farming style jungler here in Gwen. Like, you're fighting now for first dragon. To me,
I don't know what you say. I mean, so here's my thing going into game 2. Do you mix it up? All right, so, I got to pay out the prediction. Do you go something that is a little bit easier to pilot early, and then, you know, just, I don't know, try and contend a little bit more early on and don't scale? Or do you stick to do you commit to the idea that you need to scale to win this series, but just don't fucking run it early? Just Joker asked, was it FlyQuest running it down, or did they have no early game agency and got run over by an early game Nocturne? Both. So Griffin made quite a few plays that just did not work out. Like, it's not like he didn't try to make plays. He did. They just they kept trying to gank Renekton over and over again, and it did not work.
Shout out to Saint because he didn't throw this one.
Play through top the only way to win. I think you can play through. I don't know.
Emily was about to be unchained.
No, we root for players to overcome their bad.
Obviously, no voice on FlyQuest. They're relying on hands, so when they run up against macro teams, they get stomped. I mean, kinda. Wait, question. We don't have comms in. We don't have comms, right? Like coach comms aren't a thing. Like you can't hop in for like 30 seconds here. That's only an LCK thing. No coach comms. Okay. Because it hasn't been a point of conversation, or has like it been mentioned on the broadcast, but I just wanted to make sure. Because I feel like that would heavily benefit FlyQuest specifically in this version. If you are coaching Fly, what do you say and what kind of comp do you go for next? Look, I'm not on the inside, so I don't know like the personalities here. What I would say is, I think personally you get comfort for Griffin and for like the FlyQuest players who want to clearly, or at least Griffin wants to play a little bit more aggro. Give him a jungler that has like a little bit more agency, and like give him a lane to play through, like a winning lane, because I don't think he had one this game. Bot lane was obviously going to fall behind, mid lane was going to fall behind, top lane was going to fall behind. Well, I guess Orianna's like fine, but like it is what it is. I think give him a clear winning lane and a jungler that can gank that to try and make pressure while the rest hold on. And go from there. Dom said Griffin seems to be in his own head. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. We saw, like... Dude, he tried those ganks several times. Let me get back to this. And mute this, because the Jesus Christ, I can't get this bear to sit up. Tibbers, sit up. Sit up comfortably. Come on. Huh. I have to have Teemo sitting behind him, by the way, just to make sure that Teemo can... prop him up. There's the Teemo Worlds with the glasses behind him. There we go. I don't know. I guess that's just what I'm... Give him one winning lane to play through. Wait, what do they got on the table there? No, go back. Hang on. We're not missing anything in terms of ads. All right, let's rate the food that we got here. It looks like crackers. Hang on. Let's make this full screen. I'm not sure what this white box is. It almost looks like donuts. Are those donuts? It looks like Dunkin' a little bit, but I don't think it is. We clearly got crackers. I can't tell what this is. And then that's fruit. That's pineapple, watermelon, or maybe mango, pineapple, or mango, watermelon, and pineapple is my guess. So I think that's good. That's good snacks. I know Masu can't eat right now. He's currently in the middle of Ramadan and fasting. And then we got takeout. For Lion, we have takeout. We got a Shake Shack burger over here. I'm not sure what this is. We got 2 bananas that are a little bit wilted. And water. I'm mind blown. Okay, sports wise, the rule of thumb is you always bring like healthy snacks for the most part, like fruits, something to get like a little bit of carbs to give you energy, but nothing like too significant. Who the fuck brought Saint full blown Shake Shack? That's wild. Like, okay, to be fair, I did that during high school. I would eat McDonald's during swim meets, but that's because I burnt through so many fucking calories. The white stack? Okay. I mean, those are napkins. I know that. You got the fries. Bro, I burnt through so many calories when I was swimming in high school that, like, I get it. Like, sometimes you need to carb load, but you're not burning all that many calories. Like, there's a big difference between sitting at your desk and playing a game and me swimming a 200 meter individual medley. Like there, I would pound McDoubles between like if I had like long periods of time between when I was swimming from like the first meet to like, after, especially if you had like the diving break in between, I would eat McDonald's in between. Like anything to get you some food and get you through. Because then, like, depending on the meet that you were also at, like, you also had the warm up. You had to, like, there was a specific, like, food eating cadence that you kind of have to go through a swimming based on the timing of your events. But it ain't a big deal for game day. Sugar's fast energy here. So this is where, Calvin, this is where you need to be careful with that. Sugar on game day, yes, it's good for you in short bursts, but you have to make sure that you are keeping yourself in an even presence. Like, your goal with your diet on game day is to be as balanced as you can be through the course of 5 hours. If you eat, sugar is actually really great for, like, before game 5. If you need something like last like event of the day to push, then sure, you sugar load a little bit just to give yourself that last minute boost of energy. But early on, maybe not so great, because then you're like, you'll increase it, but then there is a fall off afterwards as you're burning through sugar. Anyway, I'm going way too far in depth on the food and snacks and shit. Anyways, football less tiring. Whatever on game day. Yeah, I mean, football. Well, football, the thing is, you're going in like short spurts. It's a little, I don't know. It's kind of different. Swimming is, they're very difficult to compare, football and swimming. Because, like, swimming, you're pushing your body. Like, the difference is you're pushing your body to the point of exhaustion 4 times over the course of 4 hours. It's a little bit different than football, where you're constantly like stop and going like the entire time. And there's not, like, even though you might have some breaks, but where does Jersey FlyQuest just get stomped? What are you, Paul? I mean, I wore it the first week and they won.
Especially for junglers, because
thank you very
such
much.
A unique position where there's a lot more.
All right, let me put the poll up. Game 2. Let's start the prediction. Hold up.
Several different ways, but
go. Game 2. Now, last time it was 65% FlyQuest, 35% Lion. I'm curious to see what the numbers look like on this one. So if you're in Twitch chat, you can wager your points. If you're in YouTube, I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry. We're just having fun. Soccer and swimming are a better comparison? No? Football? Yeah. Well, no. I wouldn't even... Soccer's not a good comparison either. Because soccer, like, you're on the field and constantly going. Swimming is dead serious. You are there for 4 hours. You do a cumulative total of maybe 8 minutes of total swimming over the course of those 4 hours, and that's it. But during those 8 minutes, you are pushing yourself to complete exhaustion. Soccer, you have to conserve energy and train your... I mean, not that you're not training cardio and swimming, but, like, soccer, you are playing over the course of 90 minutes or 120 minutes, however long. I know pros 120. But it's a little bit different. Like, every sport other than swimming is slightly different because, again, you were trying to maintain a similar level of energy all the way through. Whereas in swimming, you can kind of just, like, let yourself crash a little bit more, burn up, or, like, you have more time and fluctuation that you can really allow yourself to push or to change the diet relative to what you want to see from other sports. Also, honey. Honey. I hated it, but honey. I didn't do it. But the people that did were smart. Short-term versus long-term endurance? Exactly. Now, the difference of that being... then you have the weird world where my sister, for example, swam D1. And she was the mile swimmer. So, you know, you look at, like, Katie Ledecky and some of the insane distance swimmers. It's like, that's a whole different ballgame then. Because then, even though, like, you're swimming the mile, but you're also typically swimming some other events as well. So, like, that's no longer short-term versus long-term. That is long-term. But, like, how you manage it is just different.
We'll see about that, but definitely a lot of power picks still available.
How was game 1, Beamer?
Solo lanes go. Varus on the bottom.
Game 1 was a stomp. Hey, Varus. There we go.
hovers. Usually
Hold
the
up,
hovers
let me
are
get back into
Coach
the
always hovered
It has been. That's just his
swimming a
go-to.
mile's insane. My sister does
Well, the Bears
Ironmans
locked in
now,
either way for LYON, so they're going for
where
their
she
bot
will
side
do.
first off, and it's going to be very quick.
She'll do the
by
mile.
Ari
It's a mile
combo.
swim,
Chain
followed by
CC,
like
easy
100-some miles of
lockdown
biking and a
twice.
marathon
That was the Silas
run.
man. That was the Silas man.
It's
They
just
wanted to do the
stupid.
Ari instead
Like
of the
it's just
Talia.
so dumb.
Even though I really
Kudos
like
to her
the
for
Talia,
doing them,
we
but
have-
like
we've
it's
seen
so
some
dumb.
Pretty rough Ari games so far, so maybe this one will change the story. There's also been
I
some
mean,
very
honestly,
good ones,
swimming a
though,
mile is
so-
not bad. Like
Especially when you pair
maybe
it
I'm
with
biased
bots,
because I'm a
quick
swimmer, but it's
combinations.
really not that bad. It's more like what do you do in your head for the entire mile that you're swimming? For me, I was like, we want to talk about why I plan out shit long term. It's because I literally would swim the 500-yard freestyle and just start planning shit in my head and just like completely lose focus. Because once you get into a rhythm, you just keep going and going and going.
You need to learn.
To get tired after walking and playing a full 18. I mean, I play a tournament every year that's a 72-hole tournament and 18 holes of warm-up. So you're playing 90 holes in 5 days, and it's a lot of like that is a lot of balancing my diet. I'm eating a PB&J sandwich every 3 holes, and on the back nine, I'm eating a peanut butter cracker on holes 10 through 16, and then eating a final PB&J, like saving the PB&J for the last little bit as well. Malphite jungle. Oh boy.
So much more boring to me though.
Oh yeah.
After the nerfs, yeah. After the nerfs here, because before it was pretty. It was.
But
still
no, I don't
pretty,
get tired.
Pretty exciting just because of the.
Because I've also been doing it my entire life. Like you gotta, like I might not look the most athletic in the world, but
I don't know what some of those are. I don't know what one of those is. But you know what?
oh god,
I'm gonna try
John's
that
getting
recipe.
the. I can't.
Big
We're on
stomps. We'll come back to
I'm
that.
not gonna say
Okay,
that.
yeah.
As a talking point.
That's a talking
I
point.
cannot do
Yeah.
peanut butter as a protein during sports.
exactly
The
are we
stickiness
making
distract. That's why you do peanut butter crackers. It's
but
like in
gonna be
between the
Ezreal for
crackers, and
Masu,
it
so,
does a
or
phenomenal
defensive
job.
AD carry.
Yeah, a good pick in a Malphite.
Hardest
That's why
cardio workout
they
possible,
really-
like literally
Malphite
every.
priority.
Oh, I know. Swimming it like dead ass. I was in the best shape of my life whenever I swam. I mean, I'm still. I haven't changed much
At least
from it,
one game.
and I kind of would love to swim again, but I just don't feel like
First
doing
one
it.
not looking so good. I like
We
what
don't
you
have
guys
a pool in our
done,
building, and I
know,
don't feel like
it's-
going to get a
you're
speedo
picking
and
Malphite into two carries that
fucking
have
swimming like that because I
the
can't.
most
I'll tell you what I
mobility.
can't stand. I cannot stand swimming in a normal
Maybe,
swimsuit. You go so
maybe
freaking
Gakko's
slow.
Canadian
Dear
champion,
God.
And they could potentially flex it, but I think it's a little early. Inspire just did so well at hitting 6 and playing on alt-timers, though. He's just going to try and play, I think, a similar game.
And I think part of what worked out well for them in that last game was the fact that they had, you know, the
It's like
Renekton
7
top lane
PB&Js a
to
day.
push in the
No,
wave
it's
and
only
then
it's
cover
4.
for that
It's
top skill
every
craft
3
bot
holes,
lane
and you
at
don't
double
eat it
point.
after the 9th
So I
hole. So
think
you
that
do
for
3,
LYON,
6,
that
and then
being
you're getting a
one
hot
winning
dog
lanes
and
might be part of their
a hot dog and
recipe
crackers
for
at the turn,
success.
and then you're eating a
Double Fix
PB&J
really
at
showing up today.
12,
Shout out to Double
15,
Fix,
and
big
then you
dubs.
eat
Love it.
afterwards. So yeah, I average 4 PB&Js. So I'd eat over the course of 4 or 5 days. I'd have 20 PB&Js.
The engage pretty heavily. Don't want to have to work around Renata ultimate. And
Predictions are before draft?
giving
Yeah,
the
of
team that
course.
respect
Of
over.
course, I ain't giving you
Meanwhile,
the luxury
in
of draft.
addition to
Come on
taking
now.
off the Rumble to open up her blind pick that we're assuming is coming for Dokla on this side. Okay, so they want a protection with both the Rumble and the Gnar.
Warden, that makes
Make it
sense.
a little bit
Yep.
easier for Big Dokes.
Speedo, because you swim fast. How
do
do I mean, kinda. But it's also just like, it's very skin tight material that helps, helps with your fluidity throughout the water. It doesn't hold you back in any way, shape, or form. Like, you feel the difference. Like, if you try swimming 25, like, I would recommend everybody, like, swim a 100-yard swim in a normal swimsuit and a Speedo once, and you will very, very quickly learn the difference.
But I want them to enable Gakkos a little bit more here with his unique champ pool.
Yeah, and I think not going for support counter pick, but instead
What,
going for
jelly?
top lane
Grape
counter
jelly.
pick
Ugh,
is a
anybody that
good
doesn't do jelly?
stride
You
towards
kidding me?
that. But the overall team composition, if we go back to game 1, FlyQuest
Okay,
was
I like the Poppy
very
pick here
slow
a
scaling
lot
top
with
5
the
team
Ari and
composition.
Vi.
We were asking what are they going to do to try and correct the tilt. More individual agency across the board. Ezreal and Alistar can both play their own games. Vi and Ari can
So
both
this
play their
is
own
the
games.
draft
And
very
Gakkos
much
picks
swinging the
should be
other
kind of
way
like
from the LS style to just, hey, we're going to make plays, we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to pull them off.
I think it's a double flex.
Oh,
Malphite
I
Poppy can both go
guess.
top jungle, so he's got to have something that works into both.
I mean, Poppy is so good into Alistar, Ahri, and Vi here. Good value.
Could be Poppy support also, yeah. And now
Oh,
with the
God.
over here, yeah, they have a lot of flexes, but I mean, they're gonna have to log in something here to kind of show.
So
it.
here's
And
my
it is
question.
Kasante, so expecting
I mean,
Poppy
you
support,
need
but that
damage
explains
here
it,
topside.
For the most part.
How else are you going to kill Kasante Malphite Poppy?
Still love Poppy into the Alistar. Very hard for you to make any action happen out there. And also, it's just great into things like the Ahri as well. The Vi.
Oh, do it. Do it. Yes.
Some real
Yes.
All right. Into all of these tanks here. Okay,
Yes. Hell yes. Come on. Is it going to work? I'll be honest with you, after game one, no, I'm not feeling the greatest about it. But it's still exciting.
They're not going to die. How about that?
Well, this time they're not going to try and play around a Scion, right? Because that's the opposite of what you want to do when you're playing around a Scion. It just felt like everything else.
No, this is what, like, this is a good matchup that you want to see. Topside is the lane that you assume Dokka's going to fall behind. Good. Give him something where he can slam it topside on his own. Hell yeah. Let's go. Come on. There we go. That's an angle to win. Is this a best of 5? It is a best of 5.
Difficult to actually kill a Kasante. Like, he's a tough champion to lock down. And
I mean,
take down,
Olaf's not,
especially if he's
sure.
his own turret, so
Yeah, but like,
let's see if Dokla's able to play weak side top lane as expected. Gakkos, though, this time
the question is, how far does Dokla go down in lane? Place your bets. At 15 minutes, what is the gold lead towards Gakkos? Put them in chat. I want to see.
You at least need to try something else. You know, you have to increase your tolerance for risk. And Index
Minus 300 is the first number that comes in. 10K minus. Oh god, everybody's predicting the Olaf to lose.
Take over the game to keep FlyQuest hopes alive.
Olaf should run over Kasante. That's why I'm wondering. Everybody just has more faith in Dokla right now.
Looking to run through this series
Other than the meme of 10K. Bradley said 3K. Okay.
Higher than the average age of FlyQuest members, as Jout likes to remind us. Game 2, taken to the Rift.
Already some
minus 500% play
in that bottom lane. In terms of going against the grain as well,
all right, come on.
Even the game 1 draft for FlyQuest was doing that. So many people are drafting support in 4th or 5th pick, whereas in game 1, FlyQuest locked in.
My only worry is that if everybody builds armor, like, you need... Does Olaf have anything in his kit naturally that shreds through, like, armor and resistances, or is he going to have to build it?
They seem to have changed their strategy overall for game 2 with more power around the top side, but that killer instinct in draft and trying to be a little bit different, I think, is staying the same.
I know he has the axe throw, he has the lightning thing, and then Vi does in Black Cleaver. Okay. So, but he does have to build Black Cleaver. Okay.
Cryogen's actually playing very aggressively as a level 1 Alistar. It's rare that I see level
1
Alistar
better make this a good 20 minutes.
this
I mean, I hope so.
lead, but that's it from us for the early game right now. Let's talk to Emily.
Also, shout out to all my folks out there that are working on the weekends.
Hello. First thing, how
It
do you
goes
regroup
undersaid.
from such a
Let me turn this
crushing
up.
loss?
Yeah, so obviously not the best
Hang on.
performance,
Let's listen to this.
but in a loss like that, we kind of forgot most of our fundamentals in the first 6 minutes of the game. Like, we're calling out their Jin can move. It could be 4v3 on Raptors. Nocturne's level 6, and then right after that we fight Dragon. So it just comes down to taking a step back, taking a deep breath, zooming out, and just playing the game accordingly, because in a game like that, as long as we do play slower and play on our timers, we kind of see it like a free win with our comp. So it is about kind of chalking it up, because as soon as you fall behind, the game's kind of a disaster. So it is easy to write it off, but we do need to have good fundamentals in order to beat teams in any pro league.
I fully agree. I actually really liked your comp in game 1. Game 2, taking a completely different strategy here, right? With the Vi Ahri, like a lot of really early to mid-game playmaking. So is that like a conscious choice just based on how the way your team has performed?
It is kind of just like baiting them to pick Varus, and then we have a very good dive comp with the Vi Ahri Olaf. Overall, it still kind of follows a similar thing where they do have like a Malphite, which is going to have pretty strong like mid-game fights, but as long as you have Flash and we have Ezreal Ahri, which are pretty good against the Malphite, then it should be easy for us to kind of find a good fight. And what the key for team fights in this game is, as long as Olaf can connect with the Vi Ahri, it's going to be winning. But if Olaf is too far away or can't connect, then that's how you know a fight's probably not going to go our way.
Well, we'll see what happens. All the best to you and your team. Thank you for taking the
Okay,
time.
there we go.
Back to the cast.
Anyways, I'll turn the cast volume up here in a minute. I do just want to say shout out to all my people that work weekends and like work sales jobs, food, beverage, casinos, entertainment services, whatever it might be. Look, I worked that industry for years. I know how much that shit sucks to not be able to have off on weekends like many of us do that work corporate jobs. Thank you for the work that you do, first and foremost, and just keep grinding through it. If you're in there because of passion, fantastic. If you're not, and you're just surviving, keep busting your ass and work your way out of it. Thank you all.
His Krugs are done, whereas Griffin doing the more standard full clear.
I personally like having
and then
weekends
going back
off.
to Krugs. It did allow him to kind of cover for Gatghost a little bit there, but he's going to have to start clearing his camps because he wants to hit level 6 at the same time as Inspired.
And it's another instance where already in the early game, Inspired is getting a more efficient clear over Griffin.
Thinkard's tall.
This
He's
time
not like
because he's hovering
that.
on the top half
He-
and will
like,
now go towards these
I mean,
other
my
games, but
perspective is
yeah,
different
Inspired
because I'm like
is able to get that top
I'm
scuttle
6'4",
crab
so
and
like
is
it's
right
tough
back
for me to
towards
like
his
say whether
bottom
somebody's
Well,
short
I mean,
or
it's
tall.
same efficiency, it's just different timers.
Everybody
If you're
to me
desyncing
feels
your
short,
Raptor,
but-
spawns from your opponent's Raptor spawns with this.
I don't
Last
think
time,
Thinkard's like
turned
that
out pretty
tall.
poorly.
It did, yeah.
A little bit dangerous, but we'll see how it happens this time. Generally, when you are playing level 6 junglers like Malphite or Nocturne, or a lot of people really like Raptor starts.
He's 6'1",
now,
is he?
so you can get back for the
I don't
second
remember. I
clear
thought he was
on
like
your red
6
quadrant of
foot.
the jungle. But you know, it is going to be
all
the
the-
clear top down to bottom every time
Why
for
are-
Griffin.
oh,
so
dude, I'm sorry.
Griffin is once again going to end up down here after.
Bro, this is a realm on Earth.
finishes clearing his Gromp.
See,
Looks
yeah,
like
it's
Isles
6'7".
just
You probably
popped
like
the Scryer's Bloom
short takes on a whole
over him,
different
though, and
definition
So
to
they
you.
have clear vision of the Vi, and Inspired takes that time.
Level 5 Malphite gank. I mean, there's a ward in that pixel brush, so they see it coming, but it might not be enough. Ultimate is popped, Ragnarok used, but he sees C immune. Is it enough to get the solo kill? No, it's first blood, the Dokla.
Oh, God. Not good.
Honestly, he had a really good first game. As
Not
well.
good.
We were talking mostly about Inspired and about Berserker as far as the bottom lane, you know, the individually winning places. But Dokla made a lot of good 2v1 plays for himself on the Renekton up by the top side. Yeah, it was a nice, easy winning matchup with Renekton into Sion. But this time around, he had to blind pick the Cassante, and Inspired says, you know what? I'm going to come on up here. You only need a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah.
When your Cassante gets to level 6, nice all in there from Dokla with the all out, and Inspired just add a tiny little bit of extra damage to make the difference here. Griffin, this time around, does again not get that
What the
Raptor spawn.
fuck was
But
that?
He is level 6 because he sold the Drake. That's like
Am I
the biggest
crazy?
crab.
Did you guys hear that too?
Yeah, true.
Is it?
I mean, Olaf might be a bigger crab. I'd take the Drake over it as
Like,
long
I'm not
as
losing my mind, right?
Bigger crab than a dragon.
I mean,
We'll
it's
see.
That was the
What?
broadcast too,
need
because like
one
I
of those,
muted
like,
the volume
picture
real quick
books
and that
that's the
stopped
animal
it.
size chart
So
from
somebody
that,
would
and
like.
it's like these are all variations of crabs.
And the
I'm sorry. We
crab.
got to go back real quick. I'm sorry.
take the
I would never
crab.
normally do this.
Yeah,
But
yeah. To make the difference here. Griffin, this time Inspired. Nice all in there from Dokla with the all out, and Inspired just add a tiny little bit of extra damage to make the difference here. Griffin.
To be because
That's
Griffin clearly top
wild.
down if he's trying to go for
That's so wild.
full clear.
Oh
He's
my
always
God.
gonna be bot side. So that's why Inspired feels so confident to walk like through the enemy jungler as level 5 Malphite.
That's
to arrive at
hilarious.
that little bit of extra help.
Also, I just want to say, this is disastrous for the Olaf. I mean, we're talking about the fact that this is a Cassante that can stack armor. He now has the boots. He has the bramble vest. Like, this is not how the Olaf wants the lane to start off, already giving a kill over to your top
watch
lane
that be
opponent.
like some
So,
secret
again,
teaser for
pressure
a
on
champion
FlyQuest.
upcoming
Like,
or
can
some
Griffin
shit.
get
That
up
would
there
be
and help out
hilarious.
his top laner, who's now going to be behind in the 1v1.
That would be
Also,
so
during that
funny.
invade, a nice ward was placed by Inspired that Griffin doesn't expect there, so they've spotted him a couple times on that ward right now, just giving Dokla more
aliens hacking the
knowledge of what he can do in the top lane.
We're taking the LCS to Mars.
At least you can grab your honey fruit to sustain a little bit after that exchange. Make it a
Okay.
little bit less
Okay. CS check.
painful there,
Even in
but
pretty much every
Malphite
lane, which is a
level
problem
6 here
for.
Inspired, and this is one of the items
Problem
that I
for
have loved,
the
little
top
buff
side.
that they gave with the new season. because it added extra ability haste to it, extra ultimate ability haste to the Zeke's convergence.
Oh, okay.
So it's like perfect for Malphite because you get in there and then you get a little bit of extra AoE damage, slow him down, gives you just general tankiness as well for the game, regardless
Olaf,
of damage types
evening
of your
bat.
opponents.
Oh wait, never mind.
And it's very cheap.
Never mind.
So you
I
spike
thought
super early. So
I thought
you
the
get your
CS
level
was the
6 on
goal for a
Malphite,
second there.
Get your Zeke's convergence, and you blast somebody.
A Malphite build that looked really fun, but I don't know if it's good. Is just all the ultimate CDR items. So you go,
Tickets
go
for
this
LCS
into
playoffs.
Malignance,
And
into
shout out to our
Expert.
watch party. It's going to be
And just
happening in
lowering
New
your
York
cooldown
City
as low
next
as
week,
possible.
next Sunday at
I can pass
OSNYC.
judgment on that right now. I'll say it's not good, but I won't
weekends off?
disagree that it looks cool and
Petty.
it's probably fun.
It's nice, ain't
I
it?
would say full AP. I like full AP the most.
Full
just
AP
'cause
is fun.
It's also
Wait,
probably
Bars
not
is going to be able to kill him, no?
As Cryogen has to pop his ultimate right there. Masu taking a big chunk as well.
Oh, good phase shift out.
Not going to
Oh,
find it,
not
as
good.
FlyQuest now might just
Winning
get
this
chased
trade.
down here. Berserker doesn't have the ultimate, but a flash from Isles just for damage onto Cryogen will get the flash out for the
Okay.
Alistair.
I don't know if
Nice
that was
flash right
worth,
there,
but
getting
fine.
the flash off of Alistair, although one has Hex Flash. Looks like Isles does not have Hex Flash in this game, so Cryogen might look to roam after this. Still, good laning performance so far by Lion.
And I gotta say that the early game's still going Lion's way, but this time around, FlyQuest
Grubs would
are
be OP
equalizing a
on
little bit more.
FlyQuest
Actually,
comp,
the
but
TPing top side here, it's the Unsealed Spellbook from
Only one.
Cryogen, so the Alistair popping up to help out Griffin. Deny all of the Grubs from Lion, so it'll be a 1-for-2
all right,
trade.
Geckos, we got to do something here,
Geckos
brother.
is also just keeping priority, pushing in on this top side.
Yeah, and as of now, FlyQuest is not rushing the game like they did in Game 1. So in terms of, something did go wrong in the early game. Our Olaf got first blooded, but let's not forget our fundamentals. We can trade it for Drake. They then control the Grubs. So this is already a huge improvement over Game 1 for FlyQuest.
And I would say that instance right there was the first time between Game 1 and 2 now that we've seen Griffin really identify where Inspired is and make a counterplay himself. Like he's jumping up there with his Alistair behind him to push Inspired off of an objective, as opposed to Inspired, who all of Game 1, and even at the beginning there, identifying Griffin was pathing bot side and then ganks top. It feels like Inspired has had God vision himself to just know where Griffin is at all times. So small win there for FlyQuest.
And I like, Cryogen investing the early.
Not full item, but he notably did get the whatever the item that is sitting in his inventory one slot that allows you to do AoE damage to minions.
Elsewhere sometimes, and then use it to go back to bottom. He couldn't find any plays though, so he's just going to use it for another reset.
Lost chapter for quad.
I was right back to lane.
Okay.
Hops down there and equal buy with Cryogen as well. As Masu's in a 1v2 right now, and that's where Ezreal,
I was going to say,
again,
walking up that way would never...
for a champion like Ezreal to be in these type of situations, which allows
I was
Cryogen to get
slam you into the walls.
Griffin has completed
Tiamat?
Thunder Sky. He wants to
Is
do
that
like
what
a
it's called?
lane
I
gank,
guess.
it looks like on bottom side. He's coming down. Tribush does have a control ward.
Proto Belt Aurora.
He really wants to
I mean, I
use
could
his
see
buy
why that would
ultimate,
work,
but
though.
there's nothing really presenting itself, so maybe they do leash the dragon. He got a little sweep over the ward, though, so at least they know it's there.
They know it's on vision, and Saint just got mid-wave in, so they got to be very careful here. FlyQuest have a mid laner and Malphite coming in from the mid lane as well, and actually it could be Quad that's in trouble. Control ward will spot it down.
Oh, good catch. Good catch on the Isles.
Verdict is canceled by the headbutt.
Not bad.
To stop them all from getting knocked away themselves, but now they
That's
didn't get the kill,
fine.
they didn't get the pick, and they have to reset as Dragon will not be claimed.
Imagine a bit of a misplay there by Cryogen. Probably wanted to, his Q was on cooldown. I think was probably hoping to W him in the other direction, but wasn't quite
good charm.
in the right spot. Because going on the no flash poppy seems like a really good turn.
Well, when the Keeper's Verdict is being channeled, it's either
Nobody
cancel
going
it
for
or
Dragon
let
yet.
it hit all of us, I
Interesting.
guess. So maybe you just take the latter. Who knows in those tight moments what the intention was, but either way, it just delays the Dragon.
Top
Neither team will go for that
side.
second one.
Level
again,
10, level
as
10,
said, Griffin
TP
bounced towards the
not
top side.
up.
So Kobe, he didn't find that immediate, power
For
spike. he was looking
Geckos.
for. Speaking of power
Ooh.
spikes, Match Guard power
Uh-oh.
spike here for Quad in the mid lane. Flash from
Flash from
Cryogen on
Berserker.
As Chain of Corruption will go wide. Cryogen sidestepping that one, but in comes Isles.
I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if Cryogen's going to be able to get out.
Cryogen's able to walk away
Exhaust
from
as well.
that one. Exhausted down the ultimate, trying to keep him alive, but his AD carry's already given up on him. Cryogen will be the sacrifice. Berserker
I feel like he lived a
picks
long
up a
time
kill.
there. Like, Masu could have
And
stayed
they
and
get
poked
the
out a little bit
dragon.
more.
Oh,
No?
man. FlyQuest.
No?
It feels like they just can't even really hold on.
Oh,
to
we've seen this
anything.
before.
Maybe top side again. Griffin wants to go over the wall.
Okay, they're
We've
not
seen
going to wait
this.
for the dive. Instead, it's all out from Dokla saying, all right, Griffin's my escape tool here. Griffin's trying to lock him down. Flash of
Oh,
Dokla will
not
get the safety.
again.
Just Quad with the charm lands onto the top laner. Dokla with the third.
Okay, nice.
Saints trying to turn the play
Saint.
in a 1v3 now. Can he get
Oh,
anything?
look at this
That's
TP
a teleport
behind.
up from Berserker. The Varus has now
Yeah.
comes inspired. Big ultimate knockups as Saint will get another kill. Lion yet again win a team fight.
Even when FlyQuest get 1 kill, chat,
Yeah?
they lose 3 more trying to get out of there. The teleport
I mean, they just
from
force
Berserker Varus.
so
They're going so
hard.
deep, though. Look at
Yeah.
how long that chase went for
Like so,
Cassante.
bro,
It gave
every time
a
they try and
massive
gank
amount of
Dokla,
time
he just
for Lion
lives.
to mount a counterattack. Credit to Dokla for delaying that.
Like, he
so
does
long.
it
First
every
off,
fucking time.
I don't think that's a gankable Cassante. If you're
No.
Griffin behind the turret.
Yeah, like,
with
why?
No
Why-
ultimate, if
why are
think
you
about the way this
going-
play started.
If you
Look at
start
this.
it by
You
going
just
over
give him a
wall, you
method
go
out,
right
like,
back
hey,
the
yep,
other way with
Yep.
Cassante.
Yes, you can.
So Dokla is able to get himself to an exit path and then flashes the Q here to buy some time. So
Yeah.
that requires Quad investing the flash on Ari, which now allows the counter because Malphite
Yeah,
is
this
quite
ain't
close.
good.
So Saint feels confident getting the triple person ultimate with the Aurora, and
Oh,
Berserker's
God.
teleport means there's nowhere to exit.
Yeah, Inspired landing a very nice 2-man ultimate. Saint doesn't die at the end of it. Dokla's, you appreciate it when you get 3-man as a top
I mean,
laner, and
at
then
what
your team
point,
backs
again, do we start valuing
And again,
Dokla
this
as
is
a top
showing,
2 top laner in the league?
Multiple times throughout both games where Lion are doing something on one side and FlyQuest feel pressured to do something on the other. This is now
Why
another
can't he play like
instance
this
in
when
the
it
top
matters? I
side
mean,
here
he
for Griffin.
has. It was just
And
Blippo that he lost to last
It's now
year.
a 2.2k gold lead for Lion, rather, and a lot of that being on this bottom side. Berserker with that TP up top side. Lion.
Okay, this is
after
a good
supporting
pick.
Some trouble there. Quad
There we go.
was in the lane, and he had multiple members
Okay,
around
there we
him.
go.
That is a pick for FlyQuest. Much needed.
Quad
gold
might
into
be
the
your
mid
win
laner's
con.
pocket.
Okay,
Really
come
nice
on.
pick there by FlyQuest, trying to keep the action up a little bit.
Morgan
but
does look
that
way
time
better.
you
No, I'm
noticed
not.
they
I'm
didn't
saying
need
last
to
year.
really overextend
This year,
for
I
that
mean,
play, so
top
they
top
used their
laner in the
tempo
league, it's Thanatos,
nicely
it's
and
Morgan,
get
and
the quick
it's
kill onto Isles.
Dokla right now.
Gotta say, Lion, they look pretty good, regardless of that like face check and 1 kill going over to FlyQuest.
Maybe it's another here as Cryogen gets on the
Oh,
Saint.
good proto belt.
The
Hey,
rocket
see?
belt to
See?
safety. Dodges the charm.
Chad was flaming it earlier, just saved him a death there.
It didn't go on a Zir.
No.
More traditional there
Dokla's
on
been
Aurora.
playing bad this split. That was so fraudulent.
All right. Well, and they also have the Malignance was rushed on to
I think
Quad
Dokla.
as,
I mean, Dokla's been
without
losing
earlier
lanes
changes,
terribly,
so
but he's still
should be able to
winning.
get that one back pretty
I think
quickly
Saint's been
as
the bigger
well, and
victim
look
in-
for
or
some
bigger,
more possible pick plays. I mean, FlyQuest
bigger person
have
that
to
need
keep looking
improvement.
for some of
Dokla, you
these picks.
expect to
Meanwhile,
lose
top
lane
side, I feel
and
like
still be
that
fine in
Riftfield's
team
been pulled
fights,
out,
which
we
he
can
was
look at the
doing.
minimap
Now
right
he's winning lane.
Inspired is almost done with it. So Rift here over to
Also,
Lion, gonna result in
again,
some more turret play
top
money for
top
them,
lanes in the
kinda
LCS. Like,
guaranteed as
if we're
well.
ordering
I
them
do
right
think if
now,
you look at the big
Thanatos is
picture,
clear
though, for
number 1 in my
FlyQuest, They need to
opinion.
make sure they don't
Dokla,
overforce,
okay,
because
yeah, or
as
Impact over
Vinkart
Dokla. I
said,
think I'll be
this
willing to put
draft was
Impact
around,
over.
They're gonna pick
So it's
Varus, and we're gonna
Thanatos
pick
number
a bunch
1.
of stuff that can kill Varus. So
I would
even
say
though
probably
Dokla
Impact
Inspired are
2.
big tanks with lots of armor. If they can center
Probably.
plays around their bottom lane, they're still
And then
in a
immediately
game
afterwards,
state
you
where
throw
they can
Morgan
win the
and
game, rather
Dokla
than
now
trying to
because of
force a
their
bunch
single
plays
series.
up towards Cassante and Malphite.
And Varus already has an early bounty
Because
Berserker's
of the
had a
best
lot
of
success
fives that
this
both of
game
them have
already,
played,
you
that's
know,
now
especially with
elevated
that
their
teleport
stock,
up
and
to
they've
the
kind of
top
come
side.
back in.
So a couple early kills onto the Varus. If you are able to take him down,
Why
that
rank
would be
players
huge.
individually if
Get
you're
a
going to
little
do it
bounty
by
there
what
as well.
teams win?
Problem is,
I mean,
he does
that's
have his
just my
flash
perception of
available,
individual
and
skill.
he's got the extra
because
boots
I
of
just
swiftness
can.
to dodge away and keep his distance.
I like Cryogen here, ghosting into lane. Again, the Summoner Spellbook, you can try and find little cheeky plays like that, but Dokla wisely backs off, so should be fine.
I especially like Boots of Swiftness because
question,
it helps
if-
so much
if,
as an AD player trying to kite an Olaf.
If
You know, the
Olaf
axe
goes
man, so
into
much
his
less
ult, I'm
threatening.
assuming
You can dodge
Dokla
really easily
cannot,
side
like
to
Cassante
side,
cannot
get
drag
those
him
great
over a
actives,
wall
helps with that
still?
a lot too, so it basically means
Or can he?
that
I'm assuming he
Vibe
can.
has to ult you, or Cryogen has to have a really good flank or something. But here we go towards the Crab. Crab once again taken by Lion.
Correct? Okay.
Inspired secure the Crab, and that's going to be it.
And really difficult for FlyQuest to retake this space because the Aurora has perma
Oh,
push in
interesting.
bottom lane.
Cassante goes over
Their
the wall with
jungle
Dokla,
is warded
or
up. They're
Olaf
trying to clear it,
stays.
but with both bot
Interesting.
and mid lane pushed in, and Berserker probably resetting now
Castle might
to
desert it.
complete another item, Edge of Night, making it
I'll
even
be
more
honest with you, I
difficult
was
for him
not
to
impressed
dive.
with Castle
There's some really good
like
timers
early
for
in
Lion
Swiss
here to
stage
around
as
bot
well
room.
as
Yeah,
obviously
now you can't
in
even find,
yesterday's
like, a
series. So
charm
no,
to
I
start
would
things
put it
off on the
below.
Berserker. You got to get
for
through
now.
that shield first. Dragon has now spawned, so let's see if LYON want to start that one up as Griffin's on the top half of the map right now. That was a proxy farm from Dokla, and in comes Griffin.
We've tried
uses
this
the
before.
ultimate.
How's this going to
Dokla
work?
has the all-out, trying to get out of there, uses the step instead as Gakkos with the slow to follow him up. Everyone's onto Dokla. LYON are onto the Dragon. Flash over the wall. Gakkos flash follows, and the wait from Griffin.
Okay, that was
to get Dokla
that was an
after
interesting
the
choice from
all-out.
Dokla to
Well
ult
played
him
to get
over the
kill up
wall
there. Traded for the
to go
objective.
back into
That
the
one
Vi.
works well. They were not going to retake River safely.
Interesting.
We'd gone over where the power was in that instance, so that's the attempted counterplay. And this time, rather than
It finally
trying to
worked,
gank for
though.
a Malphite,
Hey,
he's
look,
gank-
FlyQuest
for
got a
a
pass back
Scion,
into it.
like in
Come
game
on.
1, he's ganking for an Olaf.
Come on.
It didn't look like they were quite on the same page. Gakkos actually stutter step backwards at the start of that gank, but they got it done in the end.
Put the 1,000
And they're able to push out the lane
time.
afterwards too. So the Olaf has been able to
Honestly, this
recover
is not
quite
like it's not a
nicely, has
good
the
20 minutes, but
only
it could be
little
worse.
lead on
It could
the
be
team.
way worse.
And once your Stridebreaker is done,
Think about where we were at
least
last
he has
game.
the extra, speed
It's
differential
not
to
that,
try and use,
and
chasing
that's the
people
important
down, and
part.
We'll see how they progress there. If they can continue to make some picks, continue to get some extra gold.
This was the kind of weakness of FlyQuest after what happened in the early game, is that Gakkos was so far behind. Dokla picks up that kill from Inspired's level 5 Malphite gank. But now Gakkos
Like,
with
we've
this, hopefully
seen
can
what
get
rock
back into
bottom
this game
looks
because
like. Oh, they're going
Olaf
for
is a
another
big part
gank.
of the comp, and they're just gonna
Okay,
repeat
here we
the
go.
play again. No ultimate on the Cassante. This time an exhaust goes out with the support.
Keep him
to
away from the
lock down
wall.
Cassante.
Nice. Okay, here we
The
go.
Olaf will just keep up as long as he's autoing. Dokla has no escape.
There we go.
and Gakkos
Okay,
gets
come
his
on,
second kill.
Gakkos.
Eat 'em up.
Hey, I
Here
said
we
by
go.
20
The
minutes. Or did I say
snowball
15? I think I
begins
said
for
15. Never mind.
FlyQuest. Gakkos also should be able to get this turret. Back away, Crouchin. Don't you dare steal
Come
any
on, we
of
might
mine.
got a series on our
I mean,
hands.
this last sequence is huge.
Yeah.
It was a slight gold deficit for Gakkos into now a decent-sized gold lead.
I will at least say the first
Got
turret
by
bonus
Castle,
had
didn't he?
already been taken by
Yeah,
LYON on
series
the
was
bottom
fine.
side. So you
And
don't
the
get
plate
No, I
had
don't.
mostly been
I remember.
farmed.
Oh, that
River
yeah, that
to
was the.
jump up
Was
like,
that the
yeah,
first
about
series?
130 gold.
yeah, you don't get as big of a gold injection, but it's still good to get.
I don't remember. The
Obviously,
first week that
for him
LYON
as well.
played,
And Sundered Sky,
I just
completed
remember
some
us
2
being there. I
items
was
on
watching
Olaf
with some of
now.
the NACL casters.
Something to work with.
But the question
And
I have is it too little too
it
late?
was just
Because
one of those
Olaf,
where
I
we were
see as
watching
something you want
Castle
to
get
that
leads and then just
snowball
do, like,
going. Baron's
nothing
already
with
on the
it.
map, so we're kind of at a point of the game where Cassante might be looking to group up with the team anyway.
I mean, former FlyQuest top laner Bwipo would talk about how Olaf
That
has
was the
really
cr-
good skill.
oh, okay.
So
really?
he-
I don't remember.
It was
I'll be
different
honest
item
with you.
set, but he's like,
Too
actually
many
about
games,
3
don't
items is
remember
where he becomes really powerful. You just need to go even in the
Specifically
early
what
game.
happened
So
there.
we'll see what happens in this game, just because Berserker does seem so accelerated, and a lot of times
It's easier
Olaf
for me to
wars are
remember
about, like,
specific
can the
moments in
80 carry
person
kill you
because there are
before you
things
reach him,
around it that I can
and
also
then
remember.
maul him as an Olaf. But I think Gakkos is in a pretty good game state now.
Yeah, and this LYON
All
squad
right, let's
is
get
a
it.
lot
Come
about
on.
like burst damage with a lethality Varus and with an
Dragons
Aurora
up in
here.
what, 2 minutes 23
So
seconds?
if
It's fine.
If you can make them run out of burst, if
Let's
the
get
burst
it.
is not enough to get the job done, and they can still find some good success. Or, they can always try and poke with Ezreal first. Masu here has been quite good with poke champions, so maybe he's able to dodge Varus poke and stay at a fairly healthy range away from the
Are they gonna
Malphite
be able to
while
stop this?
still being
No,
able to
that's
get
just tower
something
going
done
down.
himself.
And Malphite, the targets he's looking at, it's a CCMU and Olaf, and it's 2 carries that have mobility. The Ahri ultimate, the Ezreal jump. So it's not even going to be like easy
Oh, he's using
for
it to go out.
Inspired be
Okay,
like,
he's taking
okay,
it down
well,
the mid lane.
Gakkos is going somewhere else. I'll just jump
Tokyo
on that
Drift.
as the Herald.
Dun, dun, dun,
Okay,
dun.
well, we slammed into the wall. Well, we got the cinematic view of it. I like that.
I appreciate the view.
Yeah.
Okay, Saint, fine.
That's it.
Well, he didn't want the
Nothing
he didn't want
else.
the Herald to die right there.
By
So
the
he
way, who
delayed
won
a
the
little
Fnatic
bit, set it
Vitality
back,
series?
So then it's gonna deliver you a little
Yep.
bit of pressure. So now it's the next wave of minions that was pressured, and so Olaf.
I know it was still going on for a bit.
It gives a small window for a roam towards
There is
mid.
a purpose for it.
Yeah.
Other than Joyride.
Yeah.
And Dragon's coming up in a minute 15.
Vitality
so if you can control
2-0,
the vision
Fnatic's
around
out.
the
Oh
river,
my God,
that is
Jesus
advantage in and of itself.
Christ.
There's 2 control wards from FlyQuest. They have multiple members here as LYON are jockeying for their own vision control. Saint walking up, taking some of that poke from Masu right there. 2
Okay.
Qs have landed.
He's getting it done. Wormon is transformed.
Oh
Ooh,
no, Charm missed.
Inspired
Get
as
out, get
Isles
out,
is
get out,
looking
get
at
out, get
also
out, get
FlyQuest
out.
trying to spread
Until
out
it comes
from
back.
the Malphite ultimate, but it's just a play for the vision. LYON
also a
get
lot of
the
poke.
second control ward, and now we'll get that crab.
I mean, you just give it up
Inspired
at this
would've been
point, I
very
think.
difficult
No?
to kill, even if they land that charm with having the protoplasm harness on top of what is now, 150 base MR. If he has his armor shield up, it's 250 armor. while he has that. So really, really hard to get a pick on Inspired. Inspired is playing that very slow game. As Kobe mentioned, not as exciting as the Nocturne, where you're able to have like solo kill threat on side lanes. It's very much a slow and steady, wait for your team and land a good ult.
I do like that he's going for the like cheap item build, where he's using a lot of these kind of pseudo support items with the Zeeks and the Protoplasm that have very low price tags.
We're back.
So he can get to 3 items pretty quickly on, and we're going to get the 3-item power spike now.
Can FlyQuest find their way into
you've got
this
that
fight?
Extra magic, damage that is going to help out Saint's burst damage. So there's huge burst damage. We get Malphite ulted. You're also going to be in
that was not a
range
lot.
for the Abyssal Shred.
Masu's not hitting
for
hard at
Saint.
all.
And it could be dangerous. Here we go.
Yeah, the Dragon
Okay,
started
they got
already, and in comes
interesting.
Inspired. Could look for the engage.
Gotta
at
look
any
for
time.
Saint.
Teleport in from Quad. Keeper's Verdict being channeled by
Poppy
Isles over the
ult
wall.
down.
Not going to throw it. So no
Okay.
knockback for
Interesting.
Griffin. Instead, it's Lion looking at the carry. It's on Quad. The Dokla turns
Can
his
they
attention.
collapse? I don't
Inspired
know.
still
They're
has the ult.
not.
He's holding it for a long time. Cryogen just trying to push back members from Lion as the Dragon is not getting bursted
They're
down.
just-
Inspired has found his way to the
there's
pit.
no
and
damage to
Hellfire's
be
a low
found so
fly.
far.
Lion are poking them out pretty effectively here. They're actually winning the poke wars hard. Dokla zoning the Ahri.
Now the engage in onto the
Masu
carry. It's
might
Masu's
die.
The target.
Yep.
Saint gets him. Masu's out of there. Now can FlyQuest deal with the rest? It's on to Quad. He's pushed away from the rest of the team in the pit.
Okay.
FlyQuest are winning it as it's Gakkos on the
Gakkos
elbow.
got one.
Gets the first kill. Can he find more?
Nope,
no.
just one.
Dokla holds the line. Saint with the damage. Berserker
Ah.
on touch. And Lion crush the fight at Dragon with
Not
a
good.
double kill to Saint to end
Yeah,
it.
I
Lion
don't.
just playing very well in team fights in
I mean,
both
what else do you
game
do
1
there?
and
Like,
2.
if
The
you can't
beginning
get
of
the
this
angle
fight,
on any of the
getting that
carries,
fast
if you're
execute
Gakkos, like the
onto
game's
Masu
just
from
over.
Saint,
Like you're
and then
never.
also Inspired buying
Masu
as much
has
time
2
as
items
possible.
relative to the Varus, and is never going to be able to get through.
After the Valkyrie, I will try to. I'm looking now. Mine ult.
Okay.
Ezreal dead. Mine ult. I can flash. I can flash.
Okay, they looking mid.
Vi just flashed in. Olaf, Olaf, Olaf. Vi no flash.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
or-
that's just. Berserker went untouched in that entire fight.
I love how even after flashing over the wall,
Ugh.
Inspired still shot calling the fight, saying who to target. He's in total control this game, landing that ultimate onto Ezreal, which turned the fight.
He's got a good view up there. And he had very good shot calling
Yeah,
from the very
this is
beginning.
tough.
He was like, right after the
I don't know
Valkyrie,
what you
that's when
do.
we're going in.
Yep.
You know, he ults in onto Masu, and then, Saint is able to flash follow and kill that
Varus
key
is
carry.
there. I mean, he could never get
Exactly,
onto
and
the
Berserker
Varus.
was,
Like the
again,
second,
untouched. We saw
the second
Gakkos,
Olaf goes in
he's
for the
meant to be
Varus,
threat
everybody
for the
collapses on him
lethality
and kills
Varus.
him.
He didn't even get the
Varus
the
is
Banshee
playing
shield
safe
off
enough
of him.
back.
So,
There's no way for you to get to
yeah,
him.
Berserker was able to just free fire in that fight.
Oh,
As, the charm not
no.
landing on Isles. Good
Charm didn't land.
sidestep there.
Yeah, uses his W for a little extra speed there. Nice little juke, so no pick. And even though
Not
it
good.
is Malignant Ahri,
Not good.
a little bit of an investment there, because you see the bottom lane, Aurora's pushed it all the way up to the tower, so they kind of sacrificed a little bit of minion pressure here on the bottom side.
You gotta find a flank. You gotta find an
Able to
angle
fully push
somewhere.
that one in level 16 himself.
I don't know where you find it, but
This
you gotta
is
find an
turning
angle
into
somewhere.
a slow and steady Lion victory. I really just... The big power difference there by Inspired going with the cheaper items. He was a full item up on the Vi, but only like 400 gold up on the Vi. So I think that ended up making a big difference, because if he's, a little
you got
two-item
Black
carry,
Cleaver on
Gakkos
the
will
Vi.
probably get the kill on him, or at least burn the flash earlier.
No Black
It's such a
Cleaver on
big difference.
Gakkos yet.
That's why his timing
Just Sundered
so
Sky
good.
and
I was talking
Skybreaker.
about right before, he just finished the Abyssal.
Hey,
right
Carl, how
before
we doing,
FlyQuest
brother?
start this fight, and then him and Saint with
How
just
we
enough
doing?
magic damage to kill off Masu. Definitely impactful there as far as like assassinating that carry.
Guys, I'm starting to think Inspired's pretty good at League of Legends. I don't know,
You
man.
think?
And Saint is about to get a death cap. Let's take a look at this bottom tower though, because the tower
Okay,
is dead,
Gakkos
so,
getting gold.
not much Dokla
That's
can
at least
do about
something.
it. There's an Olaf in your face.
Saint is coming from the bottom, tier 2. So if Dokla keeps Gakkos here, Gakkos could be in some
Gakkos
trouble.
is
but
out.
Gakkos
Nice.
will back away. Saint not going to make it there in time. But the turret was the objective for FlyQuest. They do get more gold onto this Olaf. Still 3-3-1.
I don't even know
Still
what Death Dance
the last
does.
pick,
Not
fifth
gonna lie.
pick, counter
It
pick
what,
for
spread your
FlyQuest.
damage out over 4
and they
seconds
put a lot of
instead
effort
of
into
instant?
giving him resources.
Yeah, and I do want to say that Saint is having a way better series than what we've seen in the past. So
Oh, yeah.
he was the target of the most criticism for Lion, because he kept getting caught in crucial situations in
Has
all
Saint
of their
died
losses.
this series
He had a
yet?
couple bad
I don't think
games,
he has, right?
But in game 1, it was 13-1 on the Azir, and here
Oh, no,
he's got
13-1,
the biggest
okay.
bounty
Yeah,
on the
he was
team.
the only death.
Incredibly fed on this Aurora. So I think almost like
Oh
the
my
biggest
God.
difference between FlyQuest first 3 weeks and FlyQuest now is Saint is playing
first percentage
like a
of damage to
top-tier mid
dot
laner
over- okay,
rather than what we saw beforehand, which was
So
definitely
Saint
not that, 'cause
13-1 first
he
game,
hasn't
so
been
he's
picked off,
17-1
doing his job
right
in
now.
team fights with strong laning.
And Saint was the one member that's returning to LYON from last year. This was the one player coming back. So when he was having a rough start to the year, it was like, ooh,
good
is
to
the
know.
roster going to work? You know, there were a lot of question marks raised of this would-be super team. We asked, you know, the chat during the lounge segment today, the kicking off the show, is LYON a super team? And it was like 90%.
I mean, Masu
saying,
has
no,
Last
they're not
Whisper
a
now,
super
so
team.
maybe he
And I
can
think a lot
start
of that is
poking
because
through,
of
but
the
like he
sentiment
needs
of
to
how Saint has
finish
been performing in the mid lane
LDR
for the team so far.
desperately.
Yeah, it just feels like LYON
Is he gonna
are
have
much
it?
more coordinated as a team than previously as well. So good, better individual performances
might.
also lead to better
He does.
coordination.
Okay.
You know that comms listening.
There's your ability to
was
get
what you
through
kind of expect
the
from
tanks
teams with Inspired
somewhat.
on them. Where it's like marching orders from the very
Is
beginning.
Olaf
This
able
is
to
gonna
back?
happen, then this is going to happen. This.
17 seconds
and it seemed
until
like everybody is on the same page.
until
and
Dragon.
really executing.
I mean, speaking
I
of
guess
being
he's
on the
not
same
going
page,
to. Okay.
Drake's up
Olaf
in
is
10
16,
seconds,
by the way.
And look at those wards around Bot River. They're going to try and take control of this and get yet another fight here. There is some nice deep push that Quad's getting in the top lane that Dokka's going to have to catch, but you know that LYON is all hands on deck for this next Drake.
I mean, I think they're just going to give it up.
I mean, look at where
Yeah.
Griffin is. He's on the top half of the
Smart.
map. They're not going to TP Quad in. So
Get gold around the map
It seems like
if you
FlyQuest
can.
are trying to slow the game down a little bit, not contesting this next Dragon. It is only the third one as Griffin looked for the Vault Breaker onto Isles,
Also,
but he steps
Quad's
back.
dealing like
I mean, maybe they
zero
look for a break out
damage
of
right
Dokka.
now.
Really tough to kill this Cassandra. He will walk in and give them a window, though, as he's charmed up. CC chain stunned as well. He just cannot move, but Isles is behind him.
Okay.
They have to invest so much to kill this Cassandra.
No,
He's
he's still going to
the
live.
Oled out of Griffin pulls him back
Oh
to the
my
team.
God.
Now the
Wait
rest
a
of
minute.
LYON
Hold
are
up
here.
now.
Isles will be
This
the
could be
sacrifice
good.
Instead, as Inspired only lands one with
Oh,
the
Saint.
ultimate. He might just get choked out, but Saint's over the wall.
Jesus
Saint
Christ.
found the flank on the Aurora. As Gakkos this time can finally free fire, will kill the top
I
laner.
mean-
FlyQuest trying to get members out. It's a 2-for-1 trade so far for FlyQuest. How bad does
That's
LYON want to keep
worth.
this going? The lethality Varus lands 1 Q on a cryogen. I guess that's a win for FlyQuest, trading up 2-for-1.
That is absolutely
it's a win
a
in
win.
the fight. It's a loss in the map because it's now sole point for LYON. But you understand they're not just going to flip the game by trying to fight third Drake
Jesus
from a 5,000
Christ,
gold
the amount of
deficit.
things
So they're
happening
going
right now.
elsewhere. It's unfortunate that elsewhere is a Cassante. So it
Yeah.
takes a really long time to kill him. At the very end, though, they are able to get a lot of nice damage onto Isles thanks to Quad's charm. And then Inspired doesn't actually land an incredible ultimate, just lands it on the one. So it's not the perfect combo with Saint ulting in at the end.
I thought Saint was going to come in and just
Flash out,
absolutely
and
wipe
then
that fight.
Dokka
Did not happen,
on the
surprisingly.
re-engage here off of, trying to go coordinate.
Oh.
Wait a second.
That's an empowered recall.
got out.
Okay,
Yep.
he's out of there.
Yeah, they were trying to go for the re-engage there, and so it turns into a 2-for-1. But yeah, Dragon Soul Point is quite big because Mountain Soul Shields would be a very big difference maker here, with both teams being fairly
There you
bursty. And looking for like these thresholds.
1.6K gold
Of
lead on
course, the Olaf,
Gakkos.
though,
It's
is
an
the
angle.
Has been the big topic, and Death Stance being completed.
It's
provides
an
you
angle.
A lot of sustain. So
Saint's a
Gakkos,
big
this
problem,
Olaf is in a very healthy position.
Now you want
Likewise,
back
need
up,
to just
really?
play around that Olaf.
Oh, we're actually
wait
gonna
a
send
minute.
it here onto Saint, but he just dashes away with the ultimate between worlds. Teleport coming in now as he rocket belts forward. Dokka has completed the TP, flashes in, exhausted
Dokka,
up.
that might be a
Gakkos
little
is
far,
holding the line,
brother.
so Berserker can't get in there, so Dokla's in a 1v4.
That might be a
but
little
now
far.
Saint's walking up, trying to back up his top laner. Inspired now shows up. It's so hard to kill the Cassante as he
Okay.
will walk back to safety of the team. Nobody dies on either side.
Jesus.
Really weird fight there with the initial engage not working for FlyQuest, and then I'd say Dokka like flashing in for that engage when Inspired is off screen is never going to have the follow-up. He knew that he wasn't going to die, but he also wasn't really able to get much done. We're seeing a lot of durability actually on both sides of these
If this
team
game
comps and
goes
not that
long,
much
honestly, that's peak cinema, and
Yeah,
I'm fine
Griffin tries
with
to go
it.
for
I
the
have
Vi
zero
ult,
issue.
but, because it's
It would
an
be
Aurora,
freaking hilarious.
they can pop the ultimate, and because nobody else is like really that close, they don't have a lot of.
I know there's going to be people that
immediate
complain
threat.
because I'm already seeing in chat.
And
How
then
is this a
clearly
super team?
some-
What is
something
happening
from
here?
the side of,
This is a fun watch.
LYON, was
I'm
calling
loving
for the
this.
re-engage, but all right, you know, a flash down here and there.
Give me
and
entertainment
nobody
all
actually
frickin'
giving
day.
over the extra gold. We're
How go the
still
games?
very,
Game
very
1 was a
much
stomp.
in
This is
a
somehow
fairly
staying
open
close
game
in a world
state.
where I didn't
But I
think
want
it
to go
would.
back to what ThinkCard had said at the beginning of the game in the interview was we need the Vi ult and the Olaf to be in range to follow up. That was, again, Griffin going way deep in the jungle, and Gakkos didn't like hit anything. Yeah, he held the line so Berserker couldn't walk forward.
Inspired's
but
up 3 levels?
we haven't
Well, I
really
mean, the
seen
good
that
thing
yet
is
where
Inspired's
Gakkos is
maxed
able to
out.
follow up on the big engage from Griffin.
So,
Well, luckily for them, they do have the Guardian Angel timer.
it's only
before-
gonna
well
the
before
gap
this
is only
Dragon
gonna
Soul
close
fight.
in items elsewhere.
It might be a little bit rough as far as Baron and Dragon Soul being on this map at the same time. Lion can try and you know, pull the
Is a
trick where they
Rev
go
Ward?
to the other
You're
side
not
here
wrong,
and
but I
then
don't know if he's
force
gonna
you
fully
to
get a
react to
revision yet.
their objective. But with Guardian Angel on Vi, you can afford to go very aggressive. Vi, Alistar, and Olaf, you know, trying to push in and dive for that kill on the carry.
I feel like FlyQuest has to go in for this soul point. I
Chat,
think if it's
I'm
Mountain
just gonna
Soul on the
say,
side of Lion,
I'm noticing
with
it more
them-
on.
with
Actually, it's
FlyQuest
kind of a mix
needing
of
to
both.
reach thresholds of their ability
Y'all
to
are being
get
too negative
kills,
at points.
Soul will end the game.
Sitting
So,
here worrying about like
never
who's the
jumped over.
super team and who's not. Just have fun with the games watching.
appreciated FlyQuest's restraint, not flipping the game.
Who cares
earlier
about
than
who's
this,
worse? Who cares?
trying
Like, just
to
have
get
fun.
small
Enjoy yourself.
incremental wins on Gakkos so that he can become a big Olaf by the end of the game. But the game's going to be decided here if they can control this space, and it's really hard for them to move in. They're still quite far behind on the game.
Little Hex Drinker here from Gakkos as well, on the back of it. So gonna have the extra magic damage shield to deal with a lot of the Aurora and Malphite.
I mean, this
upfront
game's
damage
close.
Here. Is that gonna be enough? FlyQuest.
There's an angle for
Olaf is
FlyQuest to
strong.
win this fight.
They can fight around him if they can set it up.
But they just don't have control of the space, so it's likely they get engaged on first and then have to try and counter.
There's Inspired. Anytime you're walking into the
Okay.
Malphite, it can be scary.
That's ballsy to go all the way that far.
Looks for Saint, gets knocked away with the Keeper's Verdict as Berserker's trying to hold
Olaf's
back.
going in.
The pit
Olaf's
goes
on
laner. Watch for
the
Gakkos.
top
The
lane
Olaf's trying
rather
to
than a
free
carry.
onto Dokul, but that's the only
No.
member he's hitting.
Oh,
And
that's-
now he's about to go down. Inspired picks up the kill. The Olaf has fallen. All the gold for FlyQuest.
Gakkos, that was the wrong
Relying
target
on
to go.
Quad and Masu to find some carry here. Big poke from Masu.
Masu's
Knockback on
dealing
the Quad,
damage
but
though.
no follow-up.
Oh
Saint
my
and
god.
Masu dominating as
There
he
it
kills
is.
the Ezreal. FlyQuest
That's
have
game.
to back away and give the Dragon Lion win the fight.
Great flash combo from Saint. Saint is
Olaf,
playing
you
so
cannot go
much
on-
better,
on
especially this
freaking
game.
Cassante.
Really good back-to-back stuff because Griffin tried to do a really snap play on Vi again.
You
without
cannot
the
go
Olaf
on
next to
Cassante.
him.
That cannot be the
And because
target that
Griffin
we're
goes
running
right
into
over
a
the wall,
fight to
uses
kill.
flash, uses
It has to be a carry.
onto the Aurora. They use so much of their CC, and the Olaf is pretty far back. Then when Olaf comes in, he's immune to CC, but not damage. So Inspire just ults him for damage anyways, and they kill him off. Now they're on the Baron.
And all he can hit is Dokla, who's got the Bramble Vest from the beginning. So, you know, tough position for FlyQuest. The Baron is the next objective. There's no chance FlyQuest can get in there. Isles is holding the line against
Okay, good
Griffin.
pick.
So instead they'll just go for the kill onto Isles. Take out the Poppy, and now the Baron's low. Oh, there was actually a small window there. Maybe
man.
magic could have happened, but no, it is Baron secured for Lion.
All right, so you go for an Elder Flip.
Life to make sure they get the Baron.
That's the next
Could've
play
been a
here.
steal opportunity.
Go
I
for an
just
Elder
really
Flip.
like everything about the way Lion played out the extended fight here.
Like,
So
look at this.
Saint,
Watch.
He doesn't get followed up upon, but then the patience
Watch
here
Gakkos
to just,
here.
Like, not give Olaf good
Like, go on
targets
Isles.
and
Go on
the
literally
amount of
anybody
mana
else
damage that
but
Saint actually
Dokla.
manages to get onto the
Ah.
Olaf is really good. Procs the passive once there, continues autoing as Inspired ults in for damage.
I think
Berserker
Isles is a
never
more killable
presenting
target than
himself as the
Dokla.
target. He's basically been almost full health in every single fight this game. So Lion is playing really good disciplined League of Legends.
And then Saint jumped over the Dragon Pit wall, and they lost track of where the Aurora was, thinking it was a front to back. Oh,
not
really well played by Saint. 6-0-4 on the Aurora.
And now it's desperation time. So Griffin's
Yeah.
hoping that some squishy dude walks down here and doesn't have friends.
Only one, please.
Please, one at a time.
Okay. Oh, was he just spotted right there? No, it doesn't look like it.
Wait,
This
this
is
could be a
crazy.
big pick.
It's a double bush stack. So they have 3 in the top bush. All right, it's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, Saint sees it. Oh, big chunk on Amasu.
My
One weird
God.
You kind of have to do some stuff like that,
Try
right?
something.
They still don't see Griffin. Okay, now they should see
Oh,
him coming
no.
up here. So it's set, they
Oh,
just full
no.
send it on Amasu. 80 carries down, teleports in from the rest of FlyQuest.
Oh,
and now
no.
Griffin, the long
Okay,
combo,
wait,
getting off
though.
so far, but he does get onto Berserker. Flashback from the very
Okay.
start. Goes can free fire onto him. Can he finally
They
kill
got him.
Jerry? He's still alive.
I don't
for
think it's
now.
gonna be
CC
enough, though.
immune, but again, not damage immune. Inspired will get that one as LYON
And everybody else lives.
FlyQuest, a double kill to
Full health.
Inspired as he flashes the wall for the
And that's
follow-up.
game.
They'll crush the team fight.
Long death timers
So,
and a Baron buff. 28
yeah.
seconds on Masu. Quad still alive with no 80 carry. Might be a little tight, but LYON is pretty close to taking this game.
It seems like this is the push. They have the Baron empowered wave.
That's
it's
game.
only an
Ended
Ahri
here.
left alive with no ultimate. Has Flash and the Zonias. So maybe Quad finds some miracle right now, but everyone's still full health.
Oh,
Uses
good
the
Zonias. That was good.
stasis.
That was funny.
Uninspired second ultimate in the fight. Flashes back to safety. No chance of survival. FlyQuest taken down again. LYON. The team that we were promised is showing its fangs today. 2-0 in the
Oh,
series.
man.
One more game from the sweep to eliminate FlyQuest from LCS lock-in, Kobe.
I mean, that's just, oh god. I don't. I don't know what you do here. Like I'm trying to think of an angle.
It's looking one way so far.
Emily, you have a thought on that one?
I have a lot of thoughts.
I don't.
I should have stuck with the prediction that production.
How do you find? I don't even know. I'm trying to think of a way in, but it just feels like they're just outclassed in every way, shape, or form right now.
I'm gonna go into a play that went perfectly wrong for the to start off. I think
Because like topside, like you're trying to invest. Like it feels like every time so far this game they have tried to gank Dokla, and that has been the strategy.
Dokla did get into a really great position off of an early gank.
That has been the strategy that they've gone with, and it's just not worked at all. Oh, let me go through the alerts real quick, because we had quite a few after that game. Bobby Nader, Busty Father 1, and Lil Wiz. Thank you all for the follows over on Twitch. If you're over on YouTube, because I know currently we have 427 people watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're over on YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in.
And Inspired is going to head up this way. So they are going to have an insane little combo here with Inspired going and killing Gatos
Look,
immediately.
did someone say Elgato? We're still pending some updates on that. So I'll let the chat thing go, but I ain't gonna say anything until pen hits paper. I'm currently not under. I mean, I'll basically be transparent with it. I'm just waiting on the contract renewal to come up, or like to get sent over my way. So until that happens, I'm technically not under contract right now. Early night again. I mean, maybe that something happens this game that like flips the tide a little bit. It feels very difficult to get to that point. I don't know how they do, but like we'll see. Hang on, I'm just checking something real quick.
Another E coming through from the Saint here, and it makes it really tough.
Okay, there we go.
Cryogen
Just making
to be
sure.
able to hold this space.
Okay, reading through chat. They have 3 first season stars. Yeah. Okay. Hey, we ain't gonna shit talk. We're renewing a contract. Okay. So we're nothing but positive around here. I'm just not. You just hold off on the push. Am I the only one that thinks Sen can beat C9 tomorrow? I mean, okay. Let's ask chat. Let's get a poll. We've got 400 people here. You tell me, folks. Do you think that Sentinels can beat C9 tomorrow? Like, will I get more than one? Not can they? Will they? Start the poll? Let's start the poll. You're right. You're right. How do I do a poll? Poll. Create new poll. Can Sen beat C9? Well, not can. Will Sen beat C9 tomorrow?
It has felt really ironed out.
Yeah, I thought they played it really, really well.
Here we go. They can take a game.
But honestly, it just felt like
They
a draft for
will.
FlyQuest to win with.
Yeah.
I was way more of a fan of the
Hang on.
game 1 draft, but obviously they went full scaling. They fought too much, they lost.
They
Game 2,
won't.
You're going kind of this early game thing where it feels like the early game then went bad, and it just felt cooked so fast.
Yeah.
Because it never really felt like they were.
All right, I put the poll out. We'll see what people think. We'll allow the duration to be 5 minutes.
And this Malphite, they just didn't have the consistent damage.
Oh, never mind.
And the kind of advantage that I thought FlyQuest were going to have was going
Manage
to be their
poll.
coordination. 'Cause even
Wait,
though
why can I not see
they
the
look
poll?
more well-coordinated than
Why is that
plans,
happening right
but
now?
as me and Raz kind of pointed out in these first 2 games, they're looking so
Okay.
much better around
Pulling
mid.
this this
And
poll up.
most important,
Who will win tomorrow? It is set 13. Wow.
in so many of these team fights, and it's been a huge difference maker.
13 votes. 15 votes for C9. 4 votes for Sen. 1 for the Meteor.
He's having a very rough time.
That's funny.
Even in game 1 when they're trying to play scaling, a lot of the problems
That's funny as shit.
has shown up in this game, in this series. It's shown up in the
All right, I've seen enough holes in these stomps. I'm confident against TL and Lion.
No, it's
I mean, look,
It is, unfortunately.
here's the thing I will say.
Things around with a reverse sweep.
C9 obviously looks probably the cleanest out of everybody right now in the league. But I think TL versus Lion next week, assuming that obviously, you know, Lion closes out the deal here, I think it's going to be pretty good. I think whoever wins that is going to go on a nice, is going to win the matchup against Sentinels and then go on to face C9. And momentum's a hell of a thing. Wait, holy shit. Wait a minute. Is that what I think it was? Psychotic Weeb over on YouTube with the 50 pesos super chat saying betting C9 3-0.
Holy smokes. You don't look so good, boss.
Tell me about it. It's a real inferno.
I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree with you. But I also want to go back real quick. I saw something on the screen. Hold up. Where was it? Snack check. All right, so Lion have not polished off their Shake Shack yet. Apparently something is still being eaten in there. I don't know. Saint, I guess, is just like eating the slowest burger or chicken sandwich that you've ever seen in your life. Fine. And the fries appear to be untouched. 1 banana has been consumed between the games. Can't really see who's eating anything there. And now we finally got to close it. Okay, so those are napkins, as a matter of fact. Okay, so what do we got here? We got strawberry. Is that strawberries or raspberries? Is here strawberries or raspberries over on the end? That's definitely mango, it looks like. And then watermelon and pineapple. The napkins, forks. And then you got a healthy mix here of crackers, nuts, pretzels. Okay. I'm liking, look, I know obviously the Shake Shack is probably going to be preferable in terms of the mid-game snack, but I will just say I think this is the healthier spread. Oh, is that a Gatorade down at the bottom that I see there? That is a light blue. That is the best Gatorade that exists. All right, and that's not a zero sugar version either. That's the good kind. That's the one with sugar. That's 100% of your daily value of sugar. That's the good shit right there. Lemon lime is the best Gatorade. Lemon lime is only the best Gatorade when you've been puking or hungover. That's when lemon lime is the best. And room temperature lemon lime, not cold lemon lime. Reminder, 8 a.m. for the hockey call. Yeah, I saw somebody say on Twitter that apparently we're pre-gaming at 4 a.m. So that's when it starts. But yeah. Not gonna lie, LCS made me addicted to Red Bull. I mean, I don't drink any energy drinks, so you're gonna see me. Canada passed a bill to open bars early for the game. Good for Canada. Hey, you know what? Respect. Fuck you guys for the next 24 hours, but respect. I can't play the edit that I'm going to be sharing out later today, but I found one on TikTok that's really freaking good that hypes everything up really, really well for tomorrow. That is not a real sentence that I read. That can't be serious. Super Mudman said, "My little brother likes the cucumber Gatorade, and I always forget and open one and spit it out every time. That's not real. No, I refuse to believe that that's a thing. That's a lie. Hold up. Nope, didn't want to do that. That has to be a lie. Cucumber Gatorade. Ew. Ew, what? Oh, that looks disgusting. Who wants to drink cucumber Gatorade? Gatorade, if you're seeing this, sponsor me. We'll pitch the light blue one. But like, hold up. All Gatorade flavors. Okay. Okay, lemon lime is not number one. I'm sorry, it's not. It's great. It's phenomenal. It is not number one. That's like some complete and utter BS. Orange being number two is a crime against humanity. That's so wrong. Also, fruit punch being 3, what are we doing? The disrespect. The disrespect to have Glacial Freeze as the number 4 Gatorade. Whoever made this list, I don't trust you. Okay, Grape at 5, fine. I respect Grape at 5. If anything, I'd bump it up a little bit. But Glacial Freeze not being top 3 is just disgusting. Frost Cherry, yep, white was already mentioned. I'm fine with that here. If I'm putting mine in order, this is number 1, lime is 2, red's 3, orange, I'm not an orange fan, but I'll concede it and put it 4 just based on community appeal. 5, grape for sure. I would probably put Frost. No, I'd put grape ahead of Frost. Oh, I forgot about Frost Riptide. Oh, I'm so wrong. Oh, I'm so wrong. Never mind. Never mind. I completely forgot about this one. This goes ahead. This goes up to number 4 over orange. I cannot possibly give orange the advantage here over Frost Riptide. Not a chance. Cool Blue. Cool Blue is like fine. Fear Screen. Ew. God, no. Cool Blue's fine if they don't have Glacial Freeze. But if you go to the store and you're picking Gatorade, you're buying this one, period. Like, this just... Come on.
Rumble and Bessa both still up.
Okay.
Talia's still up as we were going over. Pantheon
Let's see how that
still
poll
up to
did.
me.
That
These
final
4
poll.
champions all sounded pretty good, and there's only 3 more bands left as we whittle it down.
Oh, never mind. He already
Nara
changed it. All right, let me
off the
throw the
table,
prediction
some
up.
of the bot lane priority. Well,
Start the prediction.
so
Game 3
Rumble
of
looking
today's
pretty
series.
good.
Get your chance in Twitch chat for the final game of the day.
We've seen people ban it. We saw Blabber pick it away from him.
To
last
earn
week.
some
They've
channel
done a
points for
very good
yourself.
job attacking Griffin in draft and in game.
I'm pretty sure Dokla
You've
might
never
have
tried
just
Frost
acknowledged
Riptide's
the
pretty good, in my
signs
opinion.
that were in the audience there. One says pick
Oh, there's a
Jace.
lot.
One says don't pick Jace. Yeah, and I just so we showed.
Yeah,
that,
I
we
don't
showed
think I
Dokla
wanna see
looking at
Dokla
the
pick
audience.
Jace.
Oh, okay. I think there's a conversation happening here. He's nodding. All right. Maybe fans, reminder.
Who was he
write
nodding
those signs.
to? The don't pick or the pick?
Final game of the
that's a good
day.
point, actually.
I
don't know which
mean,
one he was going for.
unless
Alright,
FlyQuest
well,
pulls
Jungle
something
Band
out of
here
their
on the
ass here.
tanks, so, you know, your blind pick tank looks a lot better
Gatorade
too.
is it?
I have to say, Pantheon. Okay, there we go.
Oh man.
Talia still stands very, very powerful, very strong. But yeah, Pantheon's definitely not getting through. So
Yeah, just grab the Talia for quad.
Yeah, Rumble's also up, so there's kind of 2 big picks right now the FlyQuest need to be looking
If you
at.
grab the Talia, Doko's going to grab
Blind
Rumble. We
top
know this for a fact.
Or do they go for neither?
Generally speaking, if they don't pick Rumble, Dokla will. That's Dokla's tier list. It's Rumble, Scion, Cassante, and then the rest. So with what has happened early on in the series, Rumble is what's left. And
Fine.
he's gonna
Okay,
have
so
the
they're
Jace
just
at the very least.
Yeah, there we go. Is he gonna do it? Everybody,
do it.
make some noise if you want
It's
the
gonna be.
Jace. Okay, that's a lot of noise. It's a decent amount of noise. Oh!
What if you don't want the Jace? Make some noise if you don't want the Jace.
Come
I was
on,
about to say him.
do it.
Yeah, about. But Dokla doesn't know which question we asked him. All he heard was the noise when the Jace
Oh.
was hovered.
You can tell he was like, I need some more time to think about it.
Are they gonna grab the Rumble?
You gotta pick.
Yeah.
Somebody else pick.
Whoever wins this goes against
Not
TL.
even
Yep,
blind
you're
pick
fighting
Jace
for the
at the
right
very least.
to
His
play
coach
against
is
Team
locked in
Liquid
for
next
Berserk from
next
the bottom
Friday.
Wait, chat, do you want Jace or no? Let's check chat too.
Yeah. We got to get everybody at home.
That is
right
what
now.
you're competing
Chat,
for.
Do you want Jace?
I wouldn't mind it. I mean, Dokla used to be the Jace guy.
Would you? I was gonna say, do you want it as jungle or a lane though?
No, I mean, so here's the thing. I want it so we get a game 3. I think
I
if
mean-
Dokla plays it, it's not gonna work very well.
That's a.
Fly
Oh
Quest,
man,
please.
that's
I love
fine.
the little dark circles. It is her birthday. Reminder. There's no way we get a 3-0 on her birthday. I'm not. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's possible.
Man, that's a terrible birthday present. I'm sorry.
Me
That's
too. All right, let's see
that's
it.
rough.
What are we
That's
looking
rough.
here? Both the champions that I mentioned have not been
Cassiopeia
picked,
for
though.
quad. Yep, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
the Rumble's also just falling through.
Neither the Rumble or the Talia have been picked, and so they're going Cassio instead.
What do you even go
Blind
here
pick
for?
Cassiopeia just against
What do you go
Wukong
here for,
Corki.
Moss?
That's crazy. I mean, Quad, this is one of his comfort picks, so maybe the game plan here is like we're down 0-2, let's pick comfort.
Yeah, it's extreme comfort for him. So Cassiopeia specialist here, and with a Xin, very fearsome mid jungle. There we go.
Hey, Rumble
right,
for
now does Jace
Gakos.
counter
Okay,
Rumble?
so
That's the big
Dokla's
question
not getting
now.
it.
Can we lock it in here?
We're not seeing the Jace.
No.
Sorry to say. Wouldn't be surprised though if they
Yep.
do
That
lock
makes
in this
sense.
Nami to pair
Nami,
with the Corki
sure.
to make sure they have a strong bottom lane. So the bans are going to be a little bit different in the 4-5 here since LYON has picked 80 carry support and then FlyQuest has picked their entire top side. I'm not a big fan.
Our Galio.
What
just
is
did the little
happening
chicken,
in the studio right now?
Call. I like
That
it.
was fantastic.
Ni hao Dokla here. Love it.
Okay, wait, we got a top laner and a mid laner here. Hey, nice.
Was
Are
that a
you doing-
Blippo
what's your
sign?
win rate? Thumbs up, thumbs down? 55 I'm hearing. Okay, you know, that's a pretty good win rate if you're doing solo queue. All right, well, a couple bans now.
They
next up
need
on the
Nico.
docket
Well,
here is
I
what's
got
on
bad
second
news
phase.
for you.
Nami
Nico
Corki for the bot
is
lane means that
banned
FlyQuest can
because it
counterpick
was
and
already
LYON can
played
ban
in
out some
game
chips
1.
They don't want to see down there. Nautilus first on the agenda.
Isles
And
piloted
with
a
Netflix to
very,
see,
very
Rumble-
good Nico.
Rumble comps, you gotta get a lot of good stuff to hold people on your Rumble Ultimate. They're running double AP solo laners, so whatever Dokla goes for, you know he's going to be investing heavily into magic resistance. I
Chicken
expect
Galio.
Dokla either going to
Alright,
be
Lulu
some sort of
banned,
Squishless champ,
Nautilus
or should
banned.
just be a main tank.
I
you've
just
got
want to
a
see Masu on a
Wukong and Nami
playmaker.
already on your team provides a lot of structure, but if you have a beefier main tank,
Alright, who are the 3 businessmen talking in the back?
kinda fits
Fuck the
together
signs,
nicely, so-
screw anything else.
and
Who are the
it
3 in the
also
back,
allows you
and
to
what are they
invest
talking
very
about? Because it
heavily
felt
into
kind of important.
that magic resistance to deal
I don't
with
know
those
why,
laners.
but it like they somebody had a quarter zip. It felt like business was being done.
That was a good answer into Rumble though, and still up.
One member in the audience is pretty excited about that.
Uh-oh.
Wukong, good combo, good into double AP specifically. That's why I'm not a big fan of the Cassio with the Rumble because it just allows you such easy MR itemization.
Yeah.
They could technically
Ellis
pull
looks
this
stressed
Galio
in his
as a flex
stream.
pick, but if they lock it
I
in,
mean,
Yep, there it is.
I would
Galio
be.
locked in, the Birdio in the audience.
If you're
He almost
FlyQuest and
jumped out
you're-
of his seat right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, can you get Saint to use that skin? We need to use the chicken. We gotta
Lucian
use the chicken.
Sona?
Refs on stage, tap the shoulder, point
Somebody
at the
tell
chicken.
Saint we got some
Oh,
important
this is such an LS
information.
draft.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
god.
need this to happen as it's Lucian
What?
Sona locked in. Are you guys Sona
What?
believers? Her win
So,
rate in solo queue has been very high.
I will say, yeah, the diadem, the new tier item,
Yep.
does help a lot for Sona stocks.
I played one game of
Galio
Sona,
top.
got destroyed by a Thresh. I stopped playing Sona.
Syndra,
but the win
that's
rate
Talia.
has still
Talia
been
makes
high
way
across
more
the
sense.
board.
Yep,
And,
there we go.
Despite the Kangas data,
Despite my trying my absolute hardest to lower that win rate,
Okay.
With Lucian, that's an interesting one for me.
I don't
typically
like the
look at
Lucian
like the Nami,
personally,
because I was playing into
but
the Nami
beyond
with
that,
Sona, but
I
can
think the
provide some
Sona,
sustain
like you
that
gotta
will
once
help you
again,
survive this lane
you've
game
got a
against
good
Corki.
scaling
I'm here
comp
for it.
for
FlyQuest has
FlyQuest.
had one
You
unique
just have to
all their
get to
drafts
30
from
minutes without going 20K down at 22 minutes. Like that's your sole goal. You do that, maybe it's winnable.
To get gold, but as far as this season,
I'm hearing the Birdio chants. The audience is chanting Birdio right now. I don't know if the mics are picking it up. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. I don't know if Dokla heard that. Again, I'll take the heat. If a ref wants to tap him on the shoulder and tell him to, and we're not allowed to do that, blame me.
John in chat says, I'm going to come. I love Sona. But come notably spelled C-O-M-E before anybody gets worried that we're saying that on an official co-stream. But I am going to out you for what you were clearly trying to intend to say.
Though, as they're designed so that you can't hear the audience very well.
Don't be getting freaky in my chat and not expect me to call that shit out.
Little peek over. All right, here we go, though.
It's deep.
All right, here we go.
Not Birdio. Bad news for the audience, as it is default Galio.
Possible last game of the day. We saw a similar idea, similar comp.
I think we got more FlyQuest fans as the series is going on here, just because
in
of that
game one.
choice. But
can FlyQuest fix their wrongs and get it right the second time around? Only time will tell.
Sweep this series in order to keep their tournament lives alive.
And let's take a moment now to reset the expectations for FlyQuest, because I feel like
reset. What expectations are there to reset for FlyQuest?
With the early success that they tasted. Okay. When this team was formed, this is
they got their ass beat.
When they're formed, the expectations, everyone says, okay, it's fine. Very low, you know, they're going to start slow. It's going to take time. I like that they're investing in young talent, and they're building for the future.
Oh my God, Cryogen.
Is in pain in the present.
But barrier out of Berserker.
Sona chugging his potion early on. Anyways, they found so much early success in their early series that then the
honestly, that's not terrible. I mean, it's not good, but it's not terrible.
And so that's why, especially these last couple of series versus Cloud9. And
all right, this ain't a sneaky Amedios chat. Let's chill it.
Very heavily to these.
Well, bot lane's tough for Cryogen, but I want to hear from Raz, who's standing by with Rainover.
That's right. I've got Rainover with me, head coach of LYON. First question, of course, has been, let's just talk about the Sona. Is there any surprise with the draft so far, just taking a look at it?
I mean, we were expecting them to play something like Lucian Sona because they want to have some early strength, especially picking Sinjo early game and Cassie early game. So we were expecting something strong, but definitely didn't expect the Lucian Sona exactly. But yeah, we did expect, and then they just want to play a little bit more strong early game, yeah.
And you guys look incredibly clean. I mean, you guys had that one break period, of course, just like being able to scrim and work through all the problems in the first 3 weeks. My question to you is, like, what specifically are you seeing on stage that you're proud about being able to see?
Early CSing is going well, somewhat.
I mean, I think the biggest difference is
there's 4 CS left, which means that Masu will be even at worst.
The match we lost, like a lot of things that we thought it was obvious within each other wasn't really obvious.
Sona's chugged her pot. Sona is notably almost out of mana already, which could be a problem in this lane.
Makes sense.
All right, appreciate the answers. Thank you a lot. You can
also, I need to turn up the volume of the caster just a little bit.
Thank you.
All right, always love hearing from coaches as well, and I think that he's
not using new Galio skin is
about the team is coming together and playing together much better than they were in those.
That skin is so freaking cool.
Yeah, coordination definitely has been on display thus far.
Sona backed and notably didn't get tier, by the way.
We're actually going to have both junglers recalling Sans Crab, so both of them going back for the early buys. And now,
got the mana
which
regen
one
item.
are you going to go for, Mr. Inspired? Because
actually very strange.
He's resetting through mid lane, so you always do want to use your home guards to maximum effect. So you go down the lane before going into jungle, and looks like they're both heading towards the bottom half. I mean, Inspired does have his Raptors starting soon.
Oh no!
We're gonna all
oh
fight
no!
for it.
Inspired also has Isles in his back pocket.
Oh no, Griffin!
Walk into the Raptors.
Griffin,
Isles
why?
Is still in the other brush. Griffin in a numbers disadvantage. Is it gonna happen again? Can't even trade the kill. First blood to Inspired.
How?
Why?
Fool me once, chat.
Quad's gonna go down too. That's a double kill.
7 times?
Double kill to Inspired.
Every game, but this is the craziest one to me because neither jungler does Crab, and he just runs into Raptors. Obviously over ward, so they know that he is invading.
Inspired has Griffin downloaded.
Yeah,
man.
that's
He
like a book.
He has him completely downloaded. So I
just
want
go
to
for
go back
Crab.
and look at. I want to go back and look at. Did FlyQuest did Inspired know that FlyQuest had vision of his first Raptor take and know that Griffin had his second Raptor respawn timer?
We're checking. I'm
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah, check. Because
Did you?
that is something you can use.
Did you see a pump?
Like, what is he doing?
Yeah, you can tell one of those junglers confused, the other a little disappointed. Did
Oh,
not work out
man.
how Griffin wanted it to.
I mean, it's exactly what happened.
Yeah, so I knew it. I knew that had to be the case.
But here's the additional thing that really messed with Griffin is at level 1, not only does Griffin ward the Raptors, but he walks past a ward that sees him warding Raptors. So he didn't know that he was seen warding Raptors.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. If Inspired knows that you are getting there and it has this extra leverage of information, and they know that you didn't
This is
see,
not
then
pretty.
it's very predictable.
But it makes sense. He did the Raptor clear the first 2 games. Griffin says, I'm going to pull a fast one, steal his second Raptor camp while he's doing a crab, but completely downloaded. Completely
That's what I'm saying. You have. That's why you have to expect that ward. So if you're going to do this, you got to go in sweeper active, because you have
to do it with 2 people.
You've been so telegraphed. Exactly.
I don't know what these say here.
They had a ward as well.
Yeah, the second invade.
Oh, we got a 1v1 top, by the way. Okay, no, never mind. Keep going.
All right, Gakkos is doing well in
the
this
series
lane.
is why we're spending so much time on this, because it's this series. It's the last series against Cloud9. It's even the best of 3 a little bit against Cloud9.
And it's I don't know. It's when a lot of people's favorite parts about jungling are these, like, you know, the information wars, I guess. You know, wars over information result in deaths like
I
this.
wonder
And
what
also the
Griffin's
fact that this
like,
was the story
thinking
coming
his
in.
head
It's
right
Inspired versus his old team, Inspired versus a very young jungler who just got blasted by Blabber for the last 2 series that he played against. Like, Griffin is still, I think,
Again,
showing
it's
a
tough
lot of
because,
these
like, he's in the
signs
same,
of,
like,
you know, still needing to learn
he's
a lot
following
about
the same
how
path
to play
as
jungle against the top in LCS.
Sniper right
He
now,
started
and
the
it's a little
Dragon,
bit, like,
the Weaver's
you
Swirl
worry about
comes
his
in from
mental
Saint.
health
They're
a
trying to
little
push
bit.
him off. Isles coming up as well. Cryogen and Masu are trying to link up with their jungler right now, and looks like it was a leash for Inspired for now, but LYON didn't even go
Gakkos?
for it and said Masu's getting damage onto Berserker, but no mana means he's going to have to back off.
That Dragon's going to reset. Actually, everyone's going to be
And
recalling.
tempo goes
Junglers
back
aren't
over to
level
Inspired.
6 yet, so a little bit of calm there, not letting Griffin solo the Drake. It's going to mean Inspired gets a top crab for sure, because everyone on FlyQuest had to reset.
Douglas throwing up the white flag, walking back into lane already. I feel like, yeah, he's feeling it right now. Just moving and grooving as Cryogen half health here, just trying to keep that wave
CS
frozen
check.
for his 80 carry who had
Quad
to back.
a little bit up.
And yeah,
Bot-
I mean,
or
the 2
mid-side.
kills, it's all that Inspired's picked
Top
up so far,
side
but
a
he's
little
still
bit for
almost
Gakkos and a
1,000
little bit
gold
for
lead at
Masu.
7 minutes, and still just
But-
very efficient pathing afterwards regardless.
I mean, feels
Tier
like such
double
a
charm.
crazy
I mean,
story that has just
I mean,
gotten out of control.
You should talk about what we just went back and saw again, though, because there's an update.
Again, so the ward that is put by LYON is placed by Saint. So Saint is
And we're
up there.
talking about the level 1 ward.
Yes, the level 1 ward where you're like, all right, this Griffin guy,
And look,
he's always
I want to be
coming
very
in,
clear,
for
because I know
Raptors,
there's
right?
going to be
So
people
it
that
makes
look
a
at this
lot
and
of
just
sense
be
to
like,
have one of your teammates defensively
yo,
ward
Griffin
the
fucking
opening
sucks.
for your
Like,
Raptors.
no.
So Saint
Like, the
places
reality
it,
is he's a
and
rookie that
as
is
he
making
places
mistakes
it,
that he
Griffin walks up.
you know,
So there is a red
hopefully he learns
ping
from.
on it. So FlyQuest
So they
know.
actually
Well, okay, he's not a
So
rookie. He
FlyQuest
played in
know
CBLOL,
that
but he's
Saint
a rookie to the
used his
LCS.
ward
Like, he's new
to
to the
watch
LCS.
Griffin go in and ward the
So-
Raptors. So you should
And he's going
know
against
for
Inspired,
sure.
who with
Inspired's not gonna
time
let
off
you
like
get away
has
with
him
that for free.
downloaded
It
and
makes
is
it
one of the
even
best
crazier that he
junglers
then
we've
went
ever
back
seen
for
in
the
the West.
Reinvade
So
without even
I'm
sweeping.
not all that
But
worried
just add that to the first
that
game
he can't
when
level up
he
as time goes
walked
on.
over a ward with his sweeper, hit the ward, knows it's a known invade. So it's weird because this is a guy, Griffin, he does have so much talent.
Yes.
Right?
Mechanically, in big team fight moments, yes.
But honestly, even
Like,
when he was
just-
playing last year in Brazil,
I know people
like,
will want to
good
flame
pathing,
because
smart
that's what a
about the
lot of
game.
like the
He's
LCS
just
community does in
very
this
tunnel
moment.
visioned right now on
Like,
these
just,
early game
hey,
moves that are costing him huge.
shit
And then
sucks.
You need to
Hopefully he
coordinate
can
with your bottom
improve
lane, too.
and
When stuff like this is happening, you
and
have
figure
to
it
say,
out for next time.
Can enemy support also be here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And then enemy support can also be there and is there. And, you know, it was close. Yeah, Isles had to flash over the red wall. But anyways, get back to the game.
Yeah,
at present
they
here.
linked up that time. The bot lane did roam up to help out take that first dragon, so it is still a relatively even
good
game.
flick
It's
back.
not like LYON have like continued to push the advantage, but 2 kills
No,
early on
there's
Wukong
still
is still
1,000.
fantastic.
Yeah, and on the bright side,
1,000 gold
Masu
lead,
Crowdin
and we've
doing
seen
well on the Sonolution. Interesting how Rainover said they're going to try something strong like Sonolution. I think that's more because so they have range because typically I also think that Sona has incredible scaling. So pretty big fan of the lane so far.
Ooh, they throw out the ultimate, answered by Isles. Big damage onto the Nami. They don't have the wave behind it. Griffin is coming around from the flank. Looking at Isles, flashes in, and will pick up the kill.
There we go. Okay.
Nice. They play very heavily to
one.
bottom side.
Can they go for the
Force this
dive?
one through.
No.
Currently, Inspired is taking the Krugs from
That's fine. That's a good
Griffin
play.
on the top side of the map, and Griffin isn't actually staying down here to do the same. So he will lose out on one camp, but
That's fine.
Gets
There we
down
go.
there, gets a kill
Come
on
on.
the board for FlyQuest.
Back on the board. Gain a little bit of confidence,
action
Griffin.
right there.
There we
And
go.
yeah,
Come on.
I echo your sentiment there, Jat, that when I think of Sona, I think of a scaling support that will just get to 2-3 items. Once you get enough levels, you just buff your team so much that you'll never die. But you can also try and trade health bars with opponents and really put them in positions like that.
Yeah, and when you pair it with Illusion is where the real magic
Next Dragon's not up for
happens
3
here, so.
minutes and 30 seconds.
His
Ton of time to
Masu
just
on the Lucian,
chill and
getting a lot
farm.
of the poke damage down there for a lot of these trades and opening up the opportunity for Griffin to get a kill.
Yeah.
Despite that
Chill
kill, of course,
and
Wukong's already got
farm.
Trinity Force because he had 2 kills early, and he's got the camp lead on top of
Scale up.
Those
Come on.
Inspired's going to be trying to snowball this game, and he's going to be very strong. Like a strong Wukong against Lucian Sona, incredibly scary when you can dive in with Talia Galio. That's a future problem. So they're going to try and get as much of an advantage as possible while Inspired's
Just a little
hitting those
lost
level
there.
power
I
spikes,
don't know
because
if I
getting
go
the
that
first
far.
Drake, and then also Griffin playing around bot side instead of playing around top side, huge improvement. Like, I really feel like they need to try and play around Masu potentially carrying the game.
Yes. That's what we've been saying this
that future
as
problem you're
fans
talking
for
about, the
weeks
Wukong,
now.
with the Trinity Force
Trust
that's fed, also
Masu
is
to
gonna
carry
have
you
Galio
games. Like
ult
he's
attached
proven that
to
he
him
can.
when he
Give
goes
him the
for the ult.
resources.
So that problem is going to be a big one.
Problem.
It's a future one, but it might be a large.
Not a now problem.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but the funny thing is, it could be a now problem, because when I think of
we-
the
I've been
Trinity
seeing it
Force, I'm
all
like, that's a
over our
problem now, guys. Wherever he decides to go could actually just kind of snowball the game as teleport comes in from Dokla topside. Gakkos will use his ultimate to push out the wave and go for his own reset now.
Ooh, another
so
gank bot side. I
just
like this.
pushing in these waves from both sides. Griffin's looking for a cheeky little lane gank.
I like this too. He used the sweeper. He knows for sure no wards in the side lane brush. Question is, like, do Berserker and Isles actually give an opening here because they just been getting pushed in the whole time? Are we going to just rush this dive? Bubbles down? Nah.
They still have the tidal wave. There's no flash on Isle, so if Encore lands, that's the signal to go.
Is it just waiting for the expect a Wukong gank down there? Because
That's
Wukong
fine.
is counter
Minute 47 until Dragon.
So,
double Kruggen.
maybe their call was, hey, it's very likely Inspired tries
boy.
to use his ultimate and Trinity Force spike on us on bottom side.
Griffin will make it in time to contest. Inspired has a level up on him and the Trinity Force completed, so just jumps over the wall and is out of there.
He got there just in time to get all the gold from the baby Krugs, though, so
That's
not
fine,
bad.
though.
Oh, Masu could be in some trouble, though. Phosphorus Bomb plus the Rockets. Berserker's going in!
Oh,
it's
Masu.
Isles with the kill, but Masu taken down.
That's a big mistake right there while his Sona was in base, because he actually had the Essence Reaver, which is, I think, why he was feeling so
Not
strong,
good.
since Berserker was stacking the tier, didn't have Trinity Force.
Okay, but this should be a
Berserker
kill.
had an extra player.
Yeah.
Oh, we're
ooh,
flash.
as
That's
Kraken
fine.
looks
Flash
the
for ult.
encore right there.
Worth.
Saint will flash and
100%
go, so
worth.
2 summoner spells used defensively.
Yeah, good and necessary flash from Saint to live here. Inspired goes on the
Now
invade.
problem.
I mean, we see that the Sona is still behind him, so this is really bold from Inspired. Can
Oh,
he get the
no.
solo kill onto Griffin, though? The damage is crazy! Inspired will have the backup of Saint for
Okay,
the
though,
1
I
for
think
1,
Quad
but
might be able to
now
clean this
FlyQuest
up.
with a 2v1. Isles coming in, empowers Saint to walk forward. Throws out the unraveled earth,
never
the
mind.
seismic side step, but the threat of volley should be
Never
enough.
mind.
Cryogen just auto to
Never
death by
mind.
Saint. LYON win the scrap at the Raptors.
Yeah, nice little force here from Inspired going
not good.
in. Dokla, by the way,
Not
flashed
good.
and
I mean,
dead
good
as
that
well.
Quad's getting a
So I
little bit
don't
of
think we
resources,
caught-
but
I think we'll have to investigate what happened there.
Wait, Dokla
'Cause
died?
flash
How did
down
Dokla
and
die?
dying, and you see this rumble on the tower, so let's take a look here.
Gakkos hits level 11 as Dokla's trying to shove in the wave to get 11 as well.
Yeah, nice step back from Gakkos on that Justice Punch. Kind of
Yeah.
spaced him nicely, and you see the immediate turn, too, looking he's like, you're not going
Nice.
to get out of here.
And now he's just in no man's land, and Gakkos is cycling his cooldowns very well. Going to time his overheat with his ultimate right there. Really perfectly done to get the kill on Dokla.
placement.
ah.
Yeah,
All right.
Big,
Gakkos
top
the
tip
win
there,
con.
Big dub for Gakkos. We'll see if it turns into
Rumble's
anything.
gonna be
because
strong.
For this skirmish right here, yeah, Cryogen is going to go down and be the extra kill for Saint. started
wait,
by the
get back to the map.
Four-star
Get back to the
from
map. We got a fight
Inspired
going.
in
Or we got a
using
play
his
going.
Wukong Ultimate, and back to Dragon for Griffin, though. This would be number 2
Inspired's
for
not in the area,
objectives
so they
have
should be
been
able to get
flowing
this
in.
down.
He has no crescent guard available, so if he gets piled on top of, he could be in some trouble. But LYON are
That's
not
fine.
in position to
Okay,
do so.
there we go.
Griffin has the squad
2
behind him.
dragons.
And it's Gakkos actually who was
There we go.
won't teleport, but was in fog.
And Chemtech.
So LYON
Chemtech
respects
would be
the potential
big
5v4
for Lucian and
just gives up
Cassiopeia.
the Drake. He does have
Those
to give
slows
up
would be
a little bit
nice
of his
on a
lead
Wukong,
to
on a
Dokka, but I think that's
Porky.
worth it to get
Hell
the first
yeah.
2 Drakes of the game with
Come
a
on.
Sona comp.
Sona also stacking up that tier, has the first item completed, and yes, it can give you some of that range and health trades in the early game. It still does scale very well. So LYON have multiple members top side. Gakkos could be in some trouble here. Dokka taking up a lot of turret shots to set up his team for the damage. Berserker will get the kill. Actually, it's Inspired with the credit. And
But
no
can they get
meatballs
bot side?
on LYON's side.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to kind of trade tower sides here, but you get the extra kill for LYON because they invest heavily in it. They get there
think-
first. They trap
Can
Gakkos.
Lucian
They
get this
take down the
first?
one person on FlyQuest who had a gold lead.
As Griffin gets seismic shoved back.
I can't tell.
Not gonna
Top
follow up the
side.
stun on the unraveled earth, but proves his point. Gets some big chunk onto Griffin. As yeah, let's see what happens with these turrets.
It's
It
gonna
looks
be
like
close.
Masu's gonna get the
There we
first
go.
turret. Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
That's an extra
Come on.
big bonus here.
That's something.
Bonus for FlyQuest completely in this game. So unlike the first game that really felt like it got out of control
Here we
after
go. Come on.
the, scheduled fight between junglers around crabs, they've recovered pretty nicely in order to control the 2 Drakes and have Masu and Gakkos in good positions.
Next dragon's not up
Raptor
for
graveyard,
340. Herald's
I guess
up.
it's
You
turned
don't
into
have to
the
fight
we're
if you
gonna
don't
have
need
to do a
to.
new stat now. There's no longer just the grub deaths. It's the enemy raptor deaths.
It's the pre-4.
Getting the second item on Masu is going to be big.
Yes.
Gakkos got ganked.
was some
Nothing you
great
can do about
observing
that. You just got to. You
There was
have
no
to
team
mark
stat,
this
by the way.
Wukong.
No grave to mark it. Not yet.
Somebody has
Okay.
to mark the Wukong in fights.
We'll get the map team on that.
All right, well, let's take a look here at the big possibilities. Inspired has level 11 and Flash ready. So rank 2 on his ulti, and we're starting to
Oh,
fight.
Inspired's here.
Takes the
Okay, they
next
see
game
him.
Has the Crescent Guard trying to keep himself healthy, but Inspired's over the wall.
Oh,
Petrified
good
Gaze lands
ult.
this time.
Good
Big
ult.
chunk onto Inspired. In comes the Galio.
There we go,
ultimate.
though.
Quad
There we
was able to
go.
kite back with Griffin in tow. In comes the Nami ultimate. Will only knock
Okay,
out
there we
Griffin.
go.
From
Come
Dokka,
on.
But the team has already left him. Dokka falls.
Nice.
FlyQuest get a kill.
Quad played that really well, getting the initial stun onto Inspired,
Come on.
and then just knowing exactly the range of that Galio ultimate, patiently waiting to do the re-engage. It looked like Inspired would be happy with that fight. Anytime you can get the 1v1 against the Zim,
Masu
he's a
getting
1,000 gold ahead
poked
of.
out
But
bad.
Quad completely dominated there on Cassio.
Oh my good, Masu both just got giga chunked. Yeah, that was a nice look there to pick up 1 kill. Finally, something goes the way of FlyQuest here. Still don't have the gold lead though. It's 1,000 in the pocket of LYON and Kobe. That's all Inspired still. He almost was able to take down Griffin in that moment, but just wasn't quite enough damage.
Yeah, I mean, he
Small
flashed
plays
to
like
start
this make
that
a big
play.
difference.
So Griffin had a really good response flash.
Oh, it
Flashes
stops the
out
back.
of the
That
Galio
tempo
ult coming
is-
down.
It's going to mess up
and then
tempo
your
bad.
Cassio
Masu
and your
feels like he's
Rumble
taking a
damage
little too
there.
shallow at backs. I
Gakkos
say as
also
somebody
on
who's
display,
notorious
and
for taking shallow
FlyQuest
backs.
able to keep the gold lead within reach
Quad.
while
Oh,
having
no.
the stacking
Quad
dragon.
TP'd on by Dokka though. In a 1v2 as his enemy is also getting the objective. So Herald and a potential pick here. Quad has Petrifying Gaze. Might have to hold it if you can get some big damage on this. It walks back into the seismic shove that was in
he
the
saved it.
bush.
Okay,
LYON
fine.
pick up another kill, this time to Saint.
Just a nice TP there by Dokka, having the timer. Quad would have had to just stay
Good play.
under turret in that situation.
TP from
but
LYON.
they lost track of him a little bit, and it's a very
Gakkos
easy
able to
kill.
get some gold on top side though.
Yeah, nice little flick back. I imagine he walked back into
tower.
it because it was in the brush. Because otherwise, maybe there's a chance. Bush, yeah. Maybe there's a chance that Quad's able to. Yeah, you don't like how I say brush.
Midwestern accent
yeah,
there.
Yeah. I got long U's and O's. As Inspired goes in, big chunk out of Masu.
Go.
I mean,
Let's go gold
I
back.
still feel like this
Come on.
Rumble is going to be a problem. Gakkos continues to rake in money. He just got another tower on top side. Tower isolated there.
See,
for
FlyQuest actually
Gakkos,
pushing
so
the pace of the map a
maybe
little bit.
Maybe this is Gakkos time. He's level 14
We're
on
pushing
Rumble.
pushing
We've
their
all
pressure
been there
around
in
the
a new
map. Come
season
on.
when a top laner gets out of control, you know, and the top enemy top laner ends up level 20.
I think
you're
Flicker
level
Blade is just
11.
too good with
Can
Lucian.
magic resistance
I really do.
counter Rumble?
It helps out a
That is the
lot.
question.
So I
Scala's
don't.
going to keep building it. We already got the upgraded Merc
I'm
treads
fine
for
with that.
Saint,
Well,
and they have healing. I feel like no.
It just lets you
fed enough on Rumble.
get your abilities off. So you have Essence Reaver, Flicker Blade. You're reducing cooldowns on your abilities consistently, and you never run out of mana for them.
Going for our side too.
Oh yeah, Bloodletter's Curse from Cassio. I could see that. Or from Rumble.
He does need IE though.
Factor in Sona damage, like later the game goes, you will be adding some AP to the rest of the team. So more magic resist, the better for LYON.
I mean, a potential soul
This
point
is a
fight
good
right here. They're at a
stack
pretty powerful moment with Gakkos having level 14, 2 items on Masu and Berserker.
All right, here we go. Big fight.
Right now. They have a flanking ward if they want to TP in for it, but
got eyes
everybody's
on
already
Dokla. Just be
here.
ready for the engage from Inspired. Make sure you mark them.
Dragon. Weaver's Wall.
Team split up. Don't fight yet. Do not fight.
3 members of Fly now in the Dragon Pit. We're going to ride in the Herald for the engage. Get on top of Quad.
Griffin got
Inspired
it, but
can get the kill. It's Berserker with the credit. Griffin pressing guard to try and stay
Masu
alive.
dealing damage. Masu.
Free firing onto the jungler, but it's not enough damage. He gets taunted up by Dokla. Inspired still alive. Just cannot die. As finally he will go down, but LYON still running away with the team fight. Dragon secured for FlyQuest, but they will get aced here. Bubble sidestep by Cryogen, but you can't.
I mean, they get the dragon fine. They get 2 kills. Sure, but you're giving up a lot for that.
Objectives for FlyQuest and gold for LYON. Berserker also going to be able to farm up the plate. Going to be able
I mean,
to
the second
take
that Talia wall came
your
in, they were just
Raptors on
split
the
up.
way out to
And you had
increase the
Dokla in
gold
behind.
gains. You
That was
got
coming in.
FlyQuest
It
are
just felt
gonna
like
have to
no
bank
angles.
on
Like once that
rolling
came in
high, like a
and
Dragon
Dokla here, it's
Steel
like,
for
what
a
do you
Dragon
do?
Soul or something.
A lot more gold. Look at Gakkos in this fight, though. He's the one that wasn't able to get involved, even though he was the most fed member. Originally gets
Quad just
cut
gets
off by
bursted
the
down.
And then he's like, I need to get into the fight. Let me take the portal.
Yeah.
And then flashes in afterwards. If you can't have a fight where Gakkos is able to hold this space up here and stop them from flying in, then the people that are in the Drake Pit are going to get absolutely annihilated.
I mean, he got
So
Dragon,
well-played
which
fight there
fine.
by LYON.
Good.
Just fighting around the Fed Rumble.
But
Yeah, they need like a
this
flash
lead is
Sona
getting
ult
to be a bit of a
hold
problem
people
here.
For Rumble Ultimate or something. For
Sona
some
scales,
timings.
but
I mean,
you can't
Quad
fall
was really
too
low
far
already
behind.
inside the pit.
Yeah.
We're
And
getting
so
close to
Inspired
that,
just
like,
able to drive the Rift
game
Herald
1
into
mark.
the pit. Yeah,
Obviously
he
not
doesn't
as
get
extreme,
the
but like
smite
it's
timing there, but then pops out, able to take down the Cassio, and the rest of LYON here,
at this point,
increasing the
'cause
gold
some-
lead.
I mean,
Still,
yeah,
though,
they
FlyQuest
should have.
are thinking, maybe we
You got to
can
anticipate
leverage
that
this
Talia
Dragon
wall
Soul
coming in
to
and trying to
save
split
the
you up,
series.
but
I almost
Hex
feel like
Dragon's kind of good.
I almost feel like they need to give up a couple of them. Because I
Yeah.
think if they fight the next one,
okay, this is a good play
It's
on
toast.
Vision.
I mean, it looks like they're going in onto Dokla right now. All that magic resist picked up as
Okay.
Quad finds Inspired as he hex gated in.
Nice.
But the clone's able to get him back to a safety. Griffin, this time, hey, he got a camp. He just
Okay.
stole the Krugs.
There we go.
Yeah.
Not
Hey,
bad.
it counts. You gotta count those ones. As FlyQuest are still 4,000 gold behind. So they're looking for plays, and that's something that I can say about
Masu's gotta be
FlyQuest
able to
confidently is
get
that they got that fight in them, they got
IE.
that dog in them. They will not stop
Have to
looking
get
for
IE.
angles
Come on now.
and looking for ways into this game. Sometimes it's to their detriment, but hey, at least you would rather have a team that will keep fighting than a team that will just do nothing.
Does he have enough for it?
Are going to have like decent conditions to fight that Dragon Soul. They really can't get picked in the next 2 minutes. This Talia is fed. This Talia is fearsome. I mean, Saint has 8 stacks on his Dark Seal in
Top side of that
addition
map
to the
is
big
so
gold
dark.
lead that he has. So you cannot let anyone get picked off by
Let
this
him back.
Talia
Yep.
Preemptively here before Dragon. You
Does he have,
honestly
like-
don't even
okay,
want
I
anyone
need you
having
to-
to flash in
I
the next
wanna
2
see
minutes
the-
before this.
Thank you.
I mean, Kobe,
Okay.
you're saying this Talia is fed, this Talia is fearsome, this Wukong is fed,
Let me see
this
the
Wukong
items.
is fearsome, this Corki is fed. They're all sitting on three full items on the Wukong and the Corki. It's Talia that isn't
Thank you. Okay, no, he does
completely
not have
on
IE.
Void Staff yet.
Interesting.
He may be before this
3
fight,
items on
currently sitting
Corki,
1,100
2.5
gold.
on
They are sitting on some
Lucian.
big power spikes.
3
I'll
items,
say the 8
well,
stacks of Dark
2,
Seal count,
well,
as
Dark
Griffin
Seal.
can't even get his own
Oh
red
boy, here
buff.
we
It's
go.
taken by Inspired right there. Now Griffin chunked out as he has to walk away. Inspired has just done this game after game after game. You get the early lead, you take
Start
away
Dragon.
all the camps
I
from
don't
your
know if
opponent,
there's
and now
gonna-
the team's on Baron.
I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know
like
how
this Baron
you...
Force with their item power spikes, knowing they chunked out Griffin, knowing there's no advantage. This
Oh,
could
they
be the
don't think
fight
Dope
they
was
need.
there.
Drake.
Turn in onto Matsu, flash away, but they got on
Not
the quad.
good.
The Cassio PS taken out
Not
before
good.
the fight even
And
begins. As
just
Matsu's
dead.
in some trouble
Yep.
as well.
Gone. Bye-bye.
Both the carries are down.
It's over.
LYON with 2 quick picks. as they use the Baron as
Masu W'd the bush, thinking that it would give him vision. They didn't see.
Yeah, great instant
Didn't
turn
see
there. You can tell
anything
the
in
call
there.
already. I mean, if we get the comms listening, you know they're looking at it from the very beginning. They take down Masu. They take down the rest of them too. Nothing for FlyQuest to say about it. Baron for LYON, and 40 seconds away from
The good
Dragon
thing
Soul.
is,
Just to play the
this
cherry
gives
on
us
top.
a really,
Lion
really
team is
exciting
playing
matchup between
immaculate
Team
macro.
Liquid and LYON next
Dokla
week.
waiting in the bush beforehand.
It really
they have
does.
the vision control. Once they walk past the ward, they just go. Inspire's leading the way along with Dokla. The Talia ult also catches Cryogen, just totally destroying them. And the crazy thing here, Kobe, we saw 3 weeks of LYON where Inspired was just playing with the team for the first time, and they were just trying to get people on the same page. And we know that Inspired loves playing slow control games where his carries aren't making mistakes.
Okay,
Both
we're
his
flipping
mid
it for it.
are deathless this game,
We're
and they're
flipping
fighting
it.
on all the right times.
Back to the Dragon Soul fight right now as FlyQuest have one last opportunity to get back into this
Quad
game.
had the flash already, not great. Talia wall still has yet to come in.
He's spotted by Gakkos. He's trying to get in. Has the
Oh, they're getting crowd up.
They knock up
Griffin
the
ult,
Rumble.
fine.
Griffin's locked down as well. Everybody
Masu's
turning
just
in
dead.
on Masu as he got separated from the rest of the team. The
Okay, he's
buys
still
some
living
space.
though.
The equalizer goes down. FlyQuest might just be turning this
Not
one
enough.
around. Masu will go
No,
down.
not
Big
enough.
damage from Berserker.
Can Sona
and
heal
the
him up?
Rockets are shredding them. Saint with the flick
Oh,
back.
Inspired.
Griffin
No,
goes down.
or not Inspired.
Saint
Griffin.
is godlike. Gakkos will try and trade it back.
Okay.
And Inspired will get the shutdown, but a consolation prize. Double
Nope.
kill to Berserker. And a double kill to Saint. LYON ace the team fight.
And that's going to be
Yeah.
the Dragon Soul as
Look,
well.
the takeaway is that
for
next
your
week is going to be
reward.
insanely hype.
LYON looking to wrap
It's
up
going to be
this
so
series.
much
Here's
fun.
another look at the start of the fight.
Yeah, deny the soul here because FlyQuest had been stacking them, but right here, it feels that.
But
like,
unfortunately,
if the
this
series
week's
would go, Kobe, it feels
games
like LYON should
are
have the
gonna
Dragon
feel
Soul.
very
Watching this,
lopsided.
they're running them down. A slight window, it felt like, that FlyQuest could maybe turn it around, but Inspired doesn't present himself as a target. Once they get
That's
Masu
tough.
down, it's only magic damage left, so Saint is able to kind of face check in there, get the flick, and Berserker gets the cleanup.
Yeah, I mean, the carries are just so fed on LYON here, able to finish it off nicely.
I
Walk on
mean,
through, and yes,
Saint
deny
hasn't
the
died.
Dragon
Saint
Soul
didn't
that
die
has been
last game
building
either,
up,
right?
and
Like, it's
now
literally
it
a
just feels
what,
so
like,
far out of reach.
Yeah.
It was kind of like you were hopeful before. Maybe there's some little miracle we can like steal something, and
oh my
it's just
God.
been extinguished.
And we are on the precipice of another 3-0 this super week.
Okay.
LYON versus FlyQuest. If you had asked me coming into the weekend, which series do you think could go the distance? This was my obvious choice. I think that
Yeah,
this
it's
is gonna
a
be
top
5
3
games
guaranteed
between these two
percent, not
teams.
top 2.
LYON have
Because if
shown
you
up in
lose,
a
then you're facing
huge way to
the
shatter those
winner of
expectations.
LYON
They really
versus
have, because
TL,
based on what we'd seen
and the loser
in
would be
Lock-In
3rd place.
before this
Not second.
series was a very inconsistent team for LYON. There were games where Berserker would be really fed, but there were also games where Dokla was losing lane massively, where Saint was getting picked constantly, and they didn't feel like they were playing the same game. And then on FlyQuest's side, even though they have flashes of brilliance, did seem inconsistent and had just been slammed by Cloud9. So we weren't sure was going to be first 2-week FlyQuest or the
Okay.
FlyQuest that played against Cloud9.
Is there
And
anything they can do in these
FlyQuest
fights?
is kind of the
Like,
FlyQuest we've
literally
seen the last
anything.
2 weeks, but mainly LYON is playing so clean. They really have, to me, found the same page that they weren't on in the first 3 weeks, and they're looking, I mean, yes, it's just one series, but they're looking like a contender to win Lock-In based off what we're seeing.
Yeah, they were, but
Well, with LYON looking better, with Team Liquid looking better, Lock-In.
Oh,
Lock-In's
no.
looking spicy.
okay.
Yeah. We still have one more series tomorrow to happen with C9 versus Sentinels to see if Sentinels can keep their name in the conversation. We're talking about the future because this game looks wrapped. I mean, it's a 10K gold lead essentially here at 27 minutes in.
Give me
It's
some
gonna
sort
be
of fireworks
2.5
at the end.
minutes
Why
until
not?
that Baron comes up. So a little breather right now for FlyQuest, but it feels like mostly time for them to think about how this game got so far out of control.
Do you know in this series, Saint right now has 28 kills and 1 death?
Yeah, I was going to say, last game, I'm pretty sure he was death.
28 kills and 1 death.
Jesus.
Oh my God, Masu's.
Got game 1. They're looking for another one right now.
They're trying to get on Berserker, but it's not going to matter. The culling's on nothing right now, and you have Galio coming in behind. Oh God.
In goes Inspired as well. The clean up from LYON.
That's it.
Clean
GG.
0 for 5 ace. They don't even need
Saint
the
died a
Baron.
single
They
time.
just needed that one
A
last team
single
fight to
time
close
this series.
one out. A wave is waiting for them to push in the mid wave.
They have absolutely dominated. They have changed the narrative about LYON in lock-in.
Bring on next week, because this week, dear God, stomps all around. Not even
we are
close.
seeing the Fangs LYON take the series 3-0.
Oh.
Okay, I mean, it seems like business as usual, much different than they were looking after their struggle.
I mean,
to DSG. Spam chat for who your player of the game is.
That's tough. I mean, look, for FlyQuest and, I mean, you can kind of lump them together. For FlyQuest and for DSG, like, a really sputtered end to lock in for them. Like, as quick as the hype started, the hype also died off so fast. But they are young rosters, and the expectation was not to be good early on. I think you saw enough flashes in the pan to be happy with like where things are at, that going forward it's like, hey, you know, maybe you can make something work by summer. Like, that's the whole goal. Let's see what Inspired says here.
It can be us.
Is he gonna banter on TL at all?
On stage with the Zale.
Thank you. Here with Inspired, you just swept your old team 3-0. Was it easier than expected?
Yeah, it was easier than expected, honestly. Yeah.
So talk to me about the series, because it felt like you guys were completely dominating. It felt like we're seeing a better version of LYON than we had seen so far in the lock-in tournament.
I think no one was inting hard, so it was quite easy to play. And I mean, I kind of know well how Griffin plays. I feel like all these new junglers, like Griffin and Kryra in the league, they are kind of trying to copy me. So it's like easy for me to predict when they are going to go for the plays and what is like in their mind or how do they want to play the game. And I think they are doing really well, but they're just a little bit too aggressive sometimes. And I think all the plays that Griffin went for in this game that kind of threw them every single game was pretty good. I think just the execution was a bit wrong. Like, I think the plays that he was going for were kind of necessary, but he could have played it a little bit better and the game wouldn't be as easy for us. But I feel like every game when they made a mistake, like I just made sure that I'm strong in the game and that the enemy jungle doesn't get much gold to get back in, and the games are going to be clean. Because, yeah, I felt like if we'll make one mistake against this team, they will actually be really strong. So we had to keep our focus all the time.
Yep. Well, you guys played a really clean series. Next up, you're going to have Team Liquid.
Yes.
So it's the kind of the battle of two teams that
That's
were
gonna be fun.
surprisingly in the lower bracket, right? You know, people had you guys and TL as pretty highly ranked. How do you see your matchup against TL?
I mean, honestly, I think TL should be easier to beat than FlyQuest. I think, I mean, TL is a team that doesn't really play meta. They play very heavily around bot, which I don't think is correct right now. And I think their series against DSG, like, they could have easily lost, but I feel like Morgan is just doing so much heavy lifting. Like, no matter what matchup he's playing, he's just winning his lane really hard. And that made the game for DSG pretty hard.
They could have easily lost against DSG. Did we watch the same fucking series?
Than I had against FlyQuest, but I think we should know how to beat them.
Well, we're going to look forward to that. Congratulations, Inspired. 3-0 dominant performance. Back to y'all at the lounge. Congrats, man.
My goodness.
I always love hearing from Inspired, honestly, just because he always has like a lot of insight in terms of how he's going up against his opponents, and I like that he also did.
Did we watch the same series yesterday? What? In what world are we saying that you thought that DSG could beat him? Huh?
They're making mistakes along the way. Like, that is.
Oh, you meant the third. Okay, fine. Sure, but like, oh, one game out of 3? I mean, maybe.
Like, that's nice to be able to come out and say that.
So it's like, fine. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I do agree with this point. I 100% do agree that they're trying to play through TL bot, and it's not, like, obvious. That doesn't really feel like where the meta's at right now. It's going to be, if Saint is playing like this, then it is going to be interesting. I think next week's series is, like, we are primed I mean, we need it because there really haven't been like many good series over the last over the last 2 weeks. But okay, well no, I take that back. The DSG versus Sentinels series was good, was fun. So that was the one good one that we've had. But beyond that, it has been stopped. And I'm really hoping that next week can be close, because I'll be honest with you, I don't think tomorrow's gonna be close at all either. I really don't. Like, I think tomorrow is just like what I want to do tomorrow. I want to. We're gonna put a stopwatch right here. I'm gonna put like a stopwatch timer right here for how fast the C9 versus FlyQuest series was, and we're gonna see if Cloud9 can beat Sentinels quicker than they beat FlyQuest. That's going to be the test. The time to beat, so to speak, like a fear factor time to beat, will be right here the entire series. But we'll see. We will see. Next Friday's matchup is going to be insane, though. FlyQuest, or not FlyQuest, TL versus LYON for top 3. Oh, it's great. Yeah, look at the bracket.
Lower matchup is going to be an absolute banger.
Yep.
With both LYON and Team Liquid 3-0ing their opponents.
Yes, it will be.
Really dominant fashion.
Yes, it will be.
Sharks in the lower bracket. This is the first time I've experienced a situation where whoever is in the upper bracket is being sent out and Sentinels is...
Bro, I feel bad. Whoever, like, assuming Sentinels loses this matchup, you are coming into, like, again, look at the schedule of this, by the way. I'm just going to pause this. Okay, we already know that's there. Look at this schedule. You play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you're TL or LYON, whoever, like, you just go on a run of 3 straight days of series played on stage. That's a hell of a lot of momentum that can shift in your favor pretty quickly. No, I did not choose FlyQuest as my team. I'm just wearing FlyQuest today. I wore TL yesterday, and I'm going to wear TL next week as well. Now that FlyQuest is out, I'm wearing TL for the rest of next week. Tomorrow, honestly, I might wear C9 tomorrow because I'm cheering for the record to be broken. So I might wear a C9 jersey tomorrow. But look, what am I picking after lock-in? Hasn't changed. Has not changed. Yeah, I'm looking at whoever wins this series to go on a run and possibly contend with C9 in finals. I really am. Like, I think that momentum's going to be massive. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. I got to jump up to the cut. Okay, so that's fine. All right, stream's over. I'm going to go grab some food. I've got to edit the time or the, like, everything here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raid somebody here on Twitch. I need twitch.tv. That's what I need. Let me end over on TikTok real quick. So all the TikTok folks, there's only 3 people watching right now, but hope you all had fun. I'll catch you later. Gonna end that stream. All right, TikTok stream is over. Nice. Stop the virtual camera. Let's see. Psychopathic Poro streaming. We could always raid. Poro seems like a good person to raid. Yeah, we're going to raid Poro. Why not? Let's do that. Let's raid Psychopathic Poro. All right, I'm going to send everybody over his way. Or their way. And that'll be fun. I will be live again later today to... Alexa, stop. I will be live again later today for Clash. I am going to stream Clash with everybody. But I'm just going to end stream, go get food, edit what I need to do, and I'll be live again in a few hours. So I will catch you all later. Bye-bye. See you next week if you're in New York. Or, well, I'll see you tomorrow as well for the C9 Sentinels watch party. See you tomorrow.
From Vikla in my lifetime.